And oh, they so dope. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8 subscriber, I'm a fat go. So jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man, first.
Oh, hey guys, this is not Booze and Body Cam, but that's the intro we had, so that's what we went with. Funny story. Colin just went live, and Generally Specific just went live.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're going to be watching today Eric Martin getting out of jail only to have the judge go, nah, you can stay. You can be a permanent resident here. And then we've got Kennedy Walker, and we were talking backstage, and for everyone to know who Kennedy Walker is, I'm going to play Andre Sloan's video that he did on Kennedy Walker, and then we're going to roll that into Kennedy Walker's him recording court and then getting arrested for whatever the hell he did.
I was telling Kfar that I think it's good that I'm not as familiar with these people as he is, because sometimes as creators, we forget that the people watching might not have as much information in their brains that we do. So I'll ask a lot of questions if I don't know what's going on.
Also, for everybody out there, I know that there's 29 people here in my chat or whatever. Tyrants Beware was live today. And
was he?
It was kind of hilarious because, again, you probably don't know who this guy is. His name's Matthew Reardon.
I have a slight idea who he is just because of Tyrants Beware, I think has mentioned him before.
Yeah. So he was trespassed from, I want to say, an entire county.
How do you get trespassed from a whole?
He was stalking the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if it was a city or a county, but
either
he
way.
was on that, and he was on parole. To the point where he couldn't leave the state, yada, yada. Well, he decided to drive drunk to Texas, got picked up while he was trying to meet up with other auditors.
Oh,
so
wow.
they were going to high five and be like, oh, hey, what's up? And the cops were like, yeah, bro, you're drunk. Let's do this. And he's been in jail ever since. And Tyrants Beware, he's been crying about it forever. But the funny thing about it is, it seems like Matthew Reardon's out of jail just in time for Chris to disappear and for Tyrants Beware to get a new daddy. So that's pretty interesting for me.
Is that the guy that he was trying to raise money for like a month ago?
Yes.
All right. That's how I know the name.
Ron, are you good, bro? I know I tried to comment back on one of your posts about you being sick. Are you okay?
Yeah, I haven't heard from Ron in a while. Yeah, let us know if you're okay.
Yeah, I saw your comment the other day. I think you left 2 comments. I tried to respond to both of them. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah. Also, you have my email and phone number. Text me. Let me know you're all right.
All right. So let's jump into this. Hopefully, again, I knocked down the quality because we don't need to see Eric Martin sitting in a 3 foot wide, 5 foot deep room.
All right.
Silently sitting there like this. But we do get to see, Kurt Martin? Eric Martin's brother, who he beat up, which is why he got this domestic case. Kurt Martin looks like he's one bad YouTube video from becoming sovereign citizen himself. They sound so similar when they talk.
I love when the families get up and be like, I'm sorry, my family member's an idiot.
So Colin, this is from Old Squishy Gardner. I watched the original video on Colin's channel.
Okay.
Colin, apparently there is a Instagram short or an Instagram reel of him getting into it with his brother and sister from the sister's point of view.
Yeah.
And that's floating around the internet. I have to look for that today.
This is a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I found his Facebook.
Yeah.
I found Eric Martin's Facebook, and I've been using a lot of his random pictures for thumbnails because he wanted to dress up like a clown or something. And I'm like, that's the one.
Yeah. I'm going to drop Colin's channel in my chat. If you guys aren't subscribed there, please go do that. I don't have control of the overall super giant restream chat tonight. It's very weird. It goes in the opposite direction when you're on this end.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I'm always like, why is my chat not moving?
Yeah. I'm usually the one doing the producing during Booze and Body Camp, so I'm not used to this angle.
Yeah, Ed, no fat guys. Had to stress that. No fat guys in fishnets tonight, please. No promises.
Yeah,
I can't tell you what Eric Martin or what Kennedy Walker are going to get into. Okay.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate somebody else being on my side on this one. Nobody needs to see that, especially when he turned around. What was that? I needed to bleach my eyeballs.
Yeah. How do you think that officer felt?
I know.
He's actually in therapy now.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, if you support either of our channels while we're live tonight, whether that be through Super Chat or buying the merch at ktzed.com, that's ktzed.com, the doggos will get a milk bone on air.
So if you guys, I promise we'll get into it right after this. If you didn't see my community post earlier today, one of the cats decided to chew through the animal cam. So there is no animals in here outside of Steve and the boys.
Yeah.
Which I went to the pet store and they told me how to sex my fish. Turns out it's not Steve and the boys. It's Steve and the boys and a lot of ladies. Oh. So there you go. They're the only ones here. All of the food and treats will go to KTZ's dogs today.
We'll wake them up for it.
Yeah. I'm going to the store tomorrow to get a new camera, so we should be good for the next one. And here we go.
I understand your Mr. Martin. Are you telling me that you're unable?
And because Colin let me know this is a stand-in judge. Okay. Because Judge Slavin was like, I'm going on vacation. I'm not dealing with this. So this is a stand-in judge.
For real, Judge Slavin deserves if any man deserves a vacation, it is that man.
It's the Taylor judges in general.
Yeah.
Eric Martin and Broken System, Broken Trust.
What's
and if
up
you
with
look
that,
down at the bottom, if you look down in the bottom right, the guy wearing the Lions jersey, when I saw him pop up during the video, I thought it was Josh, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, sovcitsception. I thought the world was going to end.
It does seem like something he would do, though. Just pop in at a trial that's not his.
Well, as everyone knows, Josh wears the same blue Lions shirt to every single court date, even though he loses. So it's not like it's lucky, but I guess it's lucky for us.
It's his good court clothes. It's either that or the bright orange highlighter.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, the highlighter.
His wardrobe isn't exactly as vast as he thinks.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. Well, we already stopped at 5 seconds in. Here we go.
Able to abide by my bond conditions. All right. Yeah, this is case 24-2448 SM People versus Eric Martin. And this is a scheduled pretrial conference on the charge of domestic violence.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nicholas Darren on behalf of Mr. Martin, who appears before us via Zoom. Mr. Martin, if you could state your name for the record, please.
Capital E, lowercase R-I-C, of the capital M, lowercase A-R-T-I-N family, a private living man, one of the solvent people.
All right. Yeah, this is the pretrial conference. So are you Eric Martin? Yes or no?
The living man has been known as Eric Martin. Yes, not the legal fiction corporate entity defendant, though.
Is his lawyer? His lawyer is doing this case from the car. What kind of janky ass lawyer is this?
So to be fair, I know you haven't been like keeping up with this.
I haven't.
This is his second or third lawyer.
He's literally phoning it in.
This is the lawyer that represented him in his driving without a license case. And Judge Slavin was like, I can call that lawyer back since you guys semi got along. So Eric Martin was like, yeah, I guess that's fine. So this guy isn't even supposed to be doing anything. He got called in last minute.
So this is a court appointed, not paid.
Yeah.
Okay. Like if I was thinking if I paid for a lawyer, like if I'm giving you money and you're
going to be in court. You better be in court.
Or at least in your office, like with a camera, like not from your car, man.
Yeah. He got into it with the last one. He started the hearing, was just like, Judge, I want out of this. There's been a breakdown in communication. He wants me to put through bullshit.
Yep.
And he's going to get into that in just a second.
Okay. I'll try not to make you pause it too much.
Sorry. You're fine.
Spell it out for the other name.
Yeah, you're Eric Martin, in other words.
The living man has been known as Eric Martin, yes, not a legal fiction corporate entity, though.
Yeah, Mr. Darren.
Your Honor, I was recently appointed to this case. The prosecutor just sent me the discovery. Mr. Martin has informed me that he filed a couple motions with the court. I haven't had a chance to review them, but in discussing them with them, one of them I'd be comfortable just asking the court. I think I could do it orally even. Mr. Martin has been incarcerated for about 38 days now. And under the applicable court rule, on a misdemeanor case, if he's been incarcerated for 28 consecutive days, he can be released on a personal recognizance bond. I think that that's appropriate in this case. The delay in this case was not any fault of his or anything like that. It's just he's unable to post the bond. So I would ask that his bond be changed to a personal recognizance bond from, I believe it's the $1,000 bond that he has to post. Additionally, I just, like I said, received all the discovery and whatnot. I would need an opportunity to review that. If Mr. Martin would be comfortable wanting to argue his own motions, I have no problem with that. But I have not had a chance to read them, and I would like to know, I wanted to be able to compare them accordingly to the police reports to see what they were. But I do know that just based off of what he told me, he's been incarcerated for, I believe my count was 38 days. Today.
So just spoiler alert, guys. One of those motions is a motion to dismiss for the absolute most garbage way possible. Well, break out the treats, y'all. JJ Scarborough for 20 gifted memberships. Dear God. I think that put me into I have 300 something members now.
Do you want to throw them on the big? You got to drag them over to the JJ. I don't know if you're familiar with my channel, but anytime anybody supports the stream, the dogs who Kafer's in charge of the buttons. Could you put them big so that they can see them? They're behind the chat.
That's what you were talking about. Yeah. Okay.
The doggos get mini milk bones on air. So if you, contribute in any way to either it's on my channel or K-Far's channel, these dogs get rewarded. And look at how stinking cute they are. We wake them up for this and everything.
Yeah. According to some people, they're like pre-diabetic and just are slaves. Cellulite yoga pants. 1,000 is like 200 with a bail bondsman, right?
One.
Yes.
I thought it was 10%.
It's either 20 or 10%. And then I know if he was to try to pay it outright, it would be 1,000. It's not one of those 1,000 or 10% type situations for him.
Yeah.
Well, also, again, cellulite yoga pants. How sad is it if everyone he knows can't scrape together $200 in 38 days? To be fair, it's for a domestic violence against his brother, and I believe, I could be wrong, I believe he also has a current domestic violence case against his sister. So
no wonder
like the two people who would have the most skin in the game to give him money are like, nah, you're done. And I believe all of the parents are dead.
Yeah. I believe that if I was in jail, I could probably scrape together the whole $1,000 between me and my people.
Yeah. Like real fucking quick. I've seen people make a whole one phone call and they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. And then like 20 minutes later, somebody came up with like $5,000.
Yeah. Well, and also people know I'm good for it. Like I would pay them back. Even if I don't have the money in my account right now, I would pay them back.
All right. Here, well, let me switch that. There we go. All right, here we go.
He'll be 39 day on a 93-day misdemeanor would allow for him to be released under the Michigan court rules.
Hello?
Hello?
No? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, do we have the prosecutor available on this matter?
Kurt Martin's wild.
He was just in here. I did tell him I would be raising this issue.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to hear from the prosecutor on it.
Right, so what I got to say then, for the prosecutor gets a chance to say something.
So this is on the Eric Martin case, charged as a misdemeanor domestic violence, originally placed on a personal bond. My understanding that he violated bond, and the bond was reset at 2,000 cash because he violated, I think, by having, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, contact with the victim.
Judge, Alex Ranger for the people, P9 P865.
Yeah, dumbass decided to get out of jail and decided, yeah, I'm going to go right back to the house that I'm not supposed to be at.
There's only a few little rules when you're arrested for something like this. You cannot have contact with the people who you abused. I will tell you
exactly. I would have to explain that to people when they got to court, when they got done with court. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, I need to go back to my house and get some things. Call the police, have them escort you. You're normally good for like 1 or 2 times to go back with them.
Yeah.
The people,
get your stuff.
Your victims will normally leave. You get some things and you leave.
Yeah. Or they just even stand right outside with the cops while you go get your stuff. And one of the cops will escort you in so you don't steal their stuff too.
But yeah, he doesn't have the old brain like a normal person. And he proves that at the end of the video.
Well, judges, the people's understand that the defendant cannot go and went to that address, and he was then taken into custody because of that address that he went to. He's not allowed to go to.
So yeah, and so Mr. Darren, you want to renew your argument about time period of being in custody on a misdemeanor case and why bond should be personal bond?
Yeah, Your Honor. I'll just briefly, as I did, kind of let the prosecutor know. He's been incarcerated for, by my count, 38 days since December 17th when he was picked up, and he's now out. It'll be 38 days, 39 after tonight. The court rule states that after 28 days, he can be released on a personal recognizance bond. There are most of the reasons that it would be denied is based on some sort of delay that's attributable to the defense. I know he's had a couple attorneys, but there's always been the court dates have been set. So I think he would be eligible for the release on the personal recognizance bond.
You have something to say, Your Honor?
Just 1 minute, Mr. Martin. We'll hear from the prosecutor.
Yes, Judge, the people, the victim has been sending conversation talks to the victim advocate, and the people would ask if the defendant is released on a bond that the defendant would have a tether placed on the defendant, therefore that it can be rest assured that the defendant makes no contact with the complaining witness in this matter.
All right. Yeah, did you want to be heard, Mr. Burton?
Yes, okay, now, I want to add, under nomination.
This is the whole reason we're here. Yep. Nobody cares about this. We just want to hear Eric Martin talk. And like I said, while he was quiet, sitting there on his hands, like with his mouth duct tape shut, his lawyer made a great point. Like, hey, by law, like this should happen. And the judge is like, makes sense to me.
Yeah. And
then Eric Martin ruins it.
I mean, before we get to the bond issue, the case should be dismissed, which I did file a motion to dismiss already. The court probably just received this. I sent out not too long ago, like last week. Anyways, under MCR 6.004, subsection C126 makes it clear that I have a speedy trial right within 28 days. Since I've been in jail illegally over 28 days, this case should be dismissed based on a violation of my speedy trial right. And based on the court rule I just named off, I'll say it again. Case everyone heard clearly. MCR 6.004, subsection C1 through 6, that is the criteria that is to be followed for time computations, not the normal excluding Saturdays and Sundays and legal holidays. That's always been followed wrongly, but it's not, like I said, doesn't apply to speedy trial. So my right to speedy trial has been violated. The case should be dismissed. So I want to make that decided on first before we address the bond issue.
I don't think that's how it works,
so
right?
If this was, in theory, that's how it works, or that's how it should work.
So it should just get like if somebody murders somebody with a bunch of witnesses, if they go 1 day past 28 days, it just gets dismissed. You get off scot-free.
So he said all this, and the prosecutor's going to say, yeah, that makes sense, but, and this is when we're going to jump into the rabbit hole of, You're on like your third or fourth attorney, dude. Like the only reason you haven't seen anything is because of you.
Okay.
As long as that's granted like it should be, then the bond's no issue. But so once the decision's reached on the motion to dismiss, I just filed now. Then once the decision's on that, then I'll address the bond if it's not granted. But that's all I have to say on that for right now.
Yeah, Mr. Berengal?
Yes, Judge, the defendant doesn't get the benefit of picking new counsel, and then when picking new counsel, reach a date where the case will then be dismissed. There's been, I believe this is the third or fourth defense counsel representing the defendant, and if it would be then in the court's client to dismiss this outright, then defendants would be able to set the ability to just keep picking new defense counsels, and once they get to 28 days, be able to argue that it wasn't a speedy trial and then have the matter dismissed. So it's the people's argument that the case should remain as charged, addressing bond again, that if the defendant is released on personal bond, on a tether.
All right, so Greg didn't gift any memberships. It was a $5 super chat. Time for some treats. Shake the treats to get her up to pay attention.
I was just trying to get them to pay attention. Yes.
Fair enough.
It is treat time. You got to drag them over to the big screen, though.
Oh, I was on it. I have to like stay off of Greg's comment, like reach around it.
All right. So Ava, this is from Greg. Zena, look alive, Zena. This is your job. This is how we pay for the treats.
All right, AJ for a $2 super chat. If I was Eric Martin's attorney, I would be drinking. I can almost guarantee you that he is.
That wasn't even close.
And like I said, like the prosecutor's like, bro, if your logic was correct, you could just stall, like broken system, broken trust. I hate to keep bringing back, but same sovereign citizen tactic, same court. He just would go in and say, "Oh, I need to think about it. I need to." This was before your time. Do you know who Artie's corporate fiction is? Okay, so he legitimately said, "I would like to get the advice of an attorney."
Yeah,
and he went into Artie's chat, talked to him about absolute nonsense, and then came to court the next day, or not the next day, but the next time, was like, "Yes, I actually had a conversation with an attorney. His name's Artie's corporate
That's not how that works."
And it's like all these people do is just kick the can down the road. And by Eric Martin's logic, if they just kick the can down the road enough, oh well, you have to dismiss it now. And it's like, well, you're the one keeping yourself from getting a speedy trial.
You can't go into like Rekida's chat and then be like, "Oh, well, he put my chat on the screen and answered my question." So
therefore
that's not legal advice.
Discuss this with
and I imagine anyone who is actually a licensed attorney has on their channel, this is not legal advice. You cannot, you know.
Yeah, what is it that they always say? Artie's an attorney, but not your attorney.
Exactly that.
Yeah, I think Artie is on record in Taylor, and I'm on record in Taylor, because he's name dropped both of us in court cases that we have nothing to do with.
Well, I mean, your channel would be on record in Taylor because somebody was making threats to the judge in your chat.
Damn, you know what? I keep forgetting about that.
Woo.
I want to meet Judge Slavin and be like, "Hey, you know that death threat? That was from my chat.
I think
bad.
Maybe Colin can arrange that, because when I had Colin on to cover a pretty famous case about coffee or whatever, and I asked him some legal questions, and he emailed Judge Slavin and got answers for us for my channel, which was awesome.
Oh, just for everybody in the chat, on what I'm eating today, it's not cookies. It is Andy Capp's hot fries. Those got me through high school. And I was at Five Below looking for a cheap Bluetooth keyboard, which they didn't have. And I walked away with hot fries and a Charleston chew.
Five Below does that to me every time. Every single time.
They have a whole candy section.
I can't walk out of there.
And then they set it up where you have to like bob and weave through a whole aisle of, and
I can't not walk out of that store for less than $50. I'm telling you, every single time.
Hey, I walked out for 10.
That's pretty good.
Pretty jazzed about that. All right, here we go.
Okay, now, what you said was, I was going to say, irrelevant nonsense. I've been in jail since the 14th of
There we go.
December. This fact cannot be disputed. I've been in jail since the 14th of December when I was arrested by Taylor cops illegally, based on no evidence, based on my brother's lying allegation that I sold him, which is all it is, it's a lying allegation. But anyways, the fact is I've been in jail on the 14th till now. It's over 28 days. The court rule again, NCR 6.004, subsection C, 1 through 6, makes it clear when you are in jail consistently for 28 days, your right to speedy trial has been violated. It demands the case, calls for the case to be dismissed. Simple as that. Everything else the prosecutor saying is nonsense.
I'm in this video and I don't understand how I got put here.
You click the buttons, dude.
We're going to put you on mute, Mr. Kerr. This isn't your case at this time.
I'm supposed to be the defendant or the plaintiff or whatever. Hello?
All right.
Nobody even talked to me. Hello?
All right, so thank you. Yeah, who's speaking now?
This is Kurt Martin, the brother.
All right. Did you want to comment on this whole matter at this time, Mr. Martin?
No, I mean, no. I couldn't even I didn't even know it was today, the court. Thought that it was yesterday. And I was just called by the prosecutor that it's going on today. I've been hospitalized and I'm now in a facility that's taking care of me, and so I don't have nothing really to comment about. I mean,
is he?
All right, very good.
Hold on. Is he hospitalized because of the assault, or does he have another medical? Was he hurt that badly that he's in a facility now?
To be fair, I have not seen Kurt Martin or heard anything detailed about the incident.
Okay.
So, I mean, in theory, possibly.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like Tomato says, that's crazy.
Crazy. I'm going to check something real quick because I think he's in a facility. I think StreamYard's okay. That's what I thought. Okay. But yeah, he could be. I'm just curious if his sister is also. I'm more curious about that one.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like Kurt Martin could do very much. Not the assault, Old Squishy Gardner says. So there you go.
All right. But still, this man is obviously ill, is frail, is in a facility, and he was assaulted by his brother. Like, what? What are we doing here?
Oh, yeah. A stiff breeze could have taken down Kurt Martin.
Either way, you don't go around assaulting people.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that you can see me and I was heard. There's nobody that
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Kurt Martin. So, all right, I'm denying the defendant's motion to dismiss based upon his changing of defense attorneys. The delays appear to be, to a great measure, caused by him by violating his bond conditions and repeatedly changing attorneys. That motion is denied. I will allow a personal bond in the case of $2,500, conditional upon a GPS tether and preventing the defendant from going within 1 mile of the victim's residence or having any contact with the victim, as well as no alcohol or illegal controlled substances, coming to court when required, advising the court of changes of address or telephone number, and not leaving the state without the consent of the court, not to possess any weapons and or firearms. And we'll give you another date for court. That'll be, we're going to need an address for you or phone number, Mr. Eric Martin, for that hearing. So you can come to the court and get that date. Come to the court and get that date, Mr. Eric.
Okay, so the judge is basically saying, with a tether, don't go within 1 mile of your house. Yeah. You're free to go.
And he can't help himself.
And you see Mr. Guy already.
Yep. My stuff's there. Okay, well, we'll arrange for you to get your stuff, and then you can't go there no more.
Like I said, there's a whole process, and if you watched any of the hell is his name? I don't remember because his channel got deleted. Chris Ryder. That's what I'm looking for.
I was going to say Broken Systems, Broken Trust. No, not yet.
Yeah. So Chris Ryder had it was an assault 4, but what I'm being told is assault 4 was domestic violence before domestic violence was a thing. So he got into it with his girl, apparently put hands on her. And one of the things I guess he got in trouble for is he went back without the sheriff, and then more things happened, which is why he went right back to jail. But yeah, like there's a whole process of talk to the sheriff, talk to the city cops. They'll go with you. You get your shit and you go. But he can't handle that.
Objections to, can I talk now? I have objections to your order now. Can I make objections now to your order?
I did not hear that.
I said I have objections to your order. Now, first of all, the in objection to your order, no deal has been attributed to me switching attorneys. That's false. Okay? I have not intentionally said, give me this attorney over that attorney. Whatever they did, that's what they did. You know what I mean? I told Slater from the jump, yes, I want an attorney. Nothing is attributable to me. So the motion should have been granted, number one.
So now he's not taking responsibility to getting into it with, even the prosecutor said this is his third or fourth attorney. You've gotten into it with 3 or 4 other attorneys, but it's not his fault.
You got to look around. When you can't get along with anybody, sometimes you got to look in the mirror.
I was gonna say it's like the asshole thing, where, like, you know, if you get into it with one person, I call you an asshole, maybe they're wrong. But if you get into it with 4 attorneys, maybe you're
it's
asshole.
like Sarah Boone all over again, going through attorneys like toilet
Somebody
paper.
actually said that. They're like, this guy's like Sarah Boone going through 9 attorneys. Like, and it doesn't do anything. And it seems like sovereign citizens get mad because they want to file all these like frivolous motions, and the attorney's like, yeah, I don't want to get sanctioned, so I'm not going to do that because
it would seem to me that I could understand not getting along with one, even maybe 2 attorneys. Like you can't get on the same page of how you want to defend your case. But there comes a point to where having somebody who knows your case inside and out, this is their job, this is their life, is going to be better than having a brand new attorney on the day of the trial.
Ed, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Most sovereign citizens do this for clicks and views.
Oh, yeah.
Not Eric Martin, though. Not Eric Martin. He's living this lifestyle. Yeah.
Even if you still don't grant the motion to dismiss like you're supposed to, I object to the bond conditions. They violate due process rights. I don't lose my due process right to be in my house. I've been living there for 32 years. The house I've been living at for 32 years, regardless of whether it's mine or not, okay?
Do you understand? I understand your position, Mr. Martin. Are you telling me that you're unable to abide by my bond conditions?
That's right, because I have no other house to go to.
All right, Mr. Martin.
I have no other house to go to. And it violates my due process anyways.
Yes, so Mr. Martin is telling me preemptively he will not abide by those bond conditions. Therefore, I am going to change the bond back to the original bond and keep it at the cash bond because he poses a serious threat to the community. He's already demonstrated he won't comply with the bond conditions, and now he's preemptively telling me that he will not comply with the bond conditions I've just set. So
he's like oh God, why can't I say his name? Kim Blandino. Do you know who that is? Okay. I feel bad for he had his own channel for a second. He regularly goes up with Law Talk with Mike.
Oh, okay.
Kim Blandino's attorney. And it's like you're representing these people who are by nature idiots and can't get out of their own way. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like his attorney's not like, oh, Eric, calm down. He's just sitting there in his car like,
what am I supposed to do in this? He's literally raising his voice, having an argument with the judge. And old Squishy Gardner is right. Freaking hilarious. That is correct. That is the truth.
Yeah, he literally said, well, if you would have dismissed it like you should have, blah, blah. And it's like he's the judge. He has education and professional qualifications to do what he's doing. The prosecutor, the defense attorney, they have educational and professional qualifications to do what they're doing. Eric Martin is like, I watched a few YouTube videos this one time. Ah, yes, I just saw it. Ben Bateman. Yep. That was Kim Blandino's attorney.
Oh, gotcha.
And right after, he's like, I'm glad this is over and I never have to do this again.
Therefore, your bond is remaining at what it was before, the cash bond. We will reset the pretrial conference, and a notice will be sent out for that next pretrial conference. Same bond conditions.
And that violates my due process. I want to appeal this now. I want to appeal this to the Court of Appeals ASAP. It don't violate my due process. It violates my...
You can't appeal before...
Thank you. It's going to end the hearing.
We'll get the court date in the mail, Judge?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
He's trying to appeal it before the case is even done. What are you doing?
I still think it's funny that Bennett Kerr, whatever the fuck that guy is like, I don't even know why I'm here. It's just funny that he just got to watch all this. And like more than likely, the two people at the bottom, they're
look
next
at the
on
look
the
on her
docket.
face, the woman at the bottom in the green. She's like, what am I witnessing
like
here?
What was that guy? I think we may have watched it because it was a really short one where the guy started like swearing at the officer. And one of the other guys in chat was just like,
yes.
Because he was next. And then Judge Simpson's just like, nah, it's cool.
Yeah, that was good. Judge Simpson handled that well.
All right, let me take this off the screen real quick while I am finding this here.
Finding
Leave
Nemo?
that up anymore. Yeah, like I said, we're going to watch Andre Sloan. Andre Sloan, if you guys aren't already subscribed, which you should be, Andre Sloan does great work on finding the background of basically anyone. So like the last one was whoever Auditing America is doing stuff with. And then you got J-Dub Audits, who is a new person. Tyrant Terminator Studios, he did a few on that. Glenn Serio, he did.
Okay.
God, JC News Now, Accountability for All. I'm waiting to see him specifically. Michigan Constitutional Crusader, that's not it. Where are you, Kennedy Walker? You know what? Let me just go down for 2 more seconds, and then I will just go back up and Google him and Kennedy Walker. I was waiting to see just the dumbass picture of Kennedy Walker that like everybody uses. He like sits in a weird recliner in live streams, and it's like he's wearing the same weird shirt every single time.
It's interesting that people who have these beliefs only have 2 shirts, like all of them.
Holy shit. Let me audit this one real quick. All right. Well, it said it's a 29-minute video. That's how much criminal history
try not
Kennedy Walker
I will try
has.
not to talk. I'll try not to interrupt too much.
All right, here we go, folks. That's full screen. This is the beginning of this. You know what? Let's jump to... There we go. We'll jump to this. This is Kennedy Walker, everybody. All right. Let me get there. All right. Now I can see your chats and go.
Kennedy Walker channel, who wants to act like a professional victim of the system, but he's been making his own choices since he was at least 14 years old. Now, if you didn't hate this guy before, you're definitely going to after this expose. So let's get right into his criminal history here. We're going to look at page number 1. And on 10/13/1998, at the age of 14 in Madison County, Idaho, he was hit with 20 charges all at one time. He had 13 charges for burglary, all felonies. He had 2 more charges for burglaries that were also felonies. He had a petty theft that was amended to a burglary that was also a felony. He had 2 grand thefts that were amended to burglaries, which were also felonies. He had a petty theft, which was a misdemeanor, and a grand theft, which was a felony. Now, get this. Almost every charge was dismissed by the prosecution in a plea agreement to get him to plead to 2 of the burglary charges where he was found guilty, and he was given 60 days in juvenile jail. He was found guilty on 1 of the petty thefts that was amended to a burglary, and he was concurrent 60 days juvenile jail. Then we go down to the bottom, and the grand theft.
Did he say how old he was when this happened?
Given 60 days in juvenile jail. All of that's
14.
14. Okay. All right.
Been killing it since way back.
Interesting.
Current. They're all running together, and a $2,640 fine and fees for probably his parents to pay if he was only 14 years old. Now we're going to go ahead to May 12th of 2002, where he was hit with 2 very minor charges as far as I can tell. Possession of tobacco by a minor and possession of alcohol by a minor. Charge number 1, or count 1, was dismissed, and charge number 2, he was found guilty. He was given 1 year probation, 20 hours of community service. His driver's license was suspended for a year, and he had to pay $381 in fine and fees. Now, according to the record, he received a violation of probation on 8/5/03, but there was nothing listed after that as to what they did with him. So, and we're going to go ahead to November 7th, 2003. He got a traffic ticket for following too closely. He pled guilty, paid $53 fine with some fees. And we go ahead now to February 19th, 2004. He got hit with a criminal trespass, which was a misdemeanor out of Madison County, Idaho, and that was dismissed by the prosecutor. We go ahead just a week to February 26th, 2004. He got charged with driving a vehicle without the owner's consent, which was a misdemeanor in Madison County, Idaho, and that charge was also dismissed by the prosecutor. And usually what happens is, as people, career criminals, you'll see in the beginning, they'll get a few charges dismissed, or they'll get some really bullshit dispositions. But then as they continue, you will see gradually that the placements and the fines and things like that, the probations will get larger. And that
kills me, because if they would have just thrown the book at him at 14, and I'm not saying go to prison forever, but 60 days in juvie and a fine that his parents had to pay.
Here's the thing. That could work with some people. 60 days in juvie can change somebody's life. I know from experience, not that I went to juvie, but I know people back then. I was a bad kid. So I know people who they turned their life right around. And also their parents made them get a job and pay them back for whatever the fines were. But that's not always the case. And I'm really on the, I go back and forth. I think if you're under the age of 16, that you really should have lighter sentences, obviously. I think anybody under the age of 18 should not get life without parole. That's
I agree. I agree to a point. Kennedy Walker was hit by a Van Valiant. Yeah, for the most part. Well, maybe. I was going to say, yeah, I agree for the most part, but normally the charges that I see is these ones that he just got hit with: possession of tobacco by a minor or possession of alcohol, not 20 cases of burglary.
True. By the way, John Corey says that he loves Xena. By the way, Xena's my regular co-host, so if you want to see more of her, subscribe to my channel. She's there every Sunday at 4:30 with me. Somebody didn't put my link in the channel or in the description. So,
well, if it makes you feel any better, I also didn't put any of my links in the description. So I keep forgetting that if I set it up on Restream, it doesn't come packaged as default with all of my normal settings for the description.
I'll send you. I have a sheet where I just copy and paste. So I'll send you what I have for Booze and Body Cams. So it's easy.
Yeah, I have my default auto generates everything. The KTZ shop, all of my channels, my cool hey, this is totally fair use. Bite me if you don't think so. Type thing that just auto generates every time for every video. And then I just have to put like, oh, a sovereign citizen gets arrested because he's a moron. That type of shit. Restream kills me.
That's exactly what happens with this guy. As we go ahead just 1 month to March 23rd, 2004, he was charged with possess controlled substance, frequenting a place that is used to manufacture, distribute, transport, deliver, or give away controlled substance. That's a misdemeanor out of Madison.
Nobody's ever given away drugs to me. What?
So like I understand the premise of the first hit's free. I understand the premise of that. But for it to be in whatever
in the law, written in the law
statute, this is to be like, well, if you're selling it, distributing it, transporting it, or you're just out of the kindness of your heart giving it
Those
away.
of you who are unfamiliar with me, I was using drugs a lot as a kid. As a young adult, I wasn't a child, but I was addicted to heroin for a very long time. Nobody has ever given away drugs to me, ever, not once. I never got candy, how they say, check your kid's candy. There might be drugs in there. That never happens. That doesn't happen.
No, I'll raise you one. It was a judge in Detroit. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Chat, help me out. It's the judge from the 36th District Court that always gets the sovereign citizens and the Moors every single time, without a doubt. A guy failed his drug test, and he failed it for cocaine. And he was trying to convince the judge, my dealer, I bought some weed off the street. They must have put cocaine in it. And he goes, I don't know what drug dealers you are normally dealing with, but they're not going to give you free cocaine for the price of weed.
Not at all.
They're just not going to do that. And then he came back and tested positive for cocaine, weed, meth. No. And it's like, was that in your joint, bud?
Spiked your drink with that, buddy.
Yeah. It's like that would be the worst drug dealer ever. Oh shit, I dropped my cocaine and all this weed. What am I going to do?
It'd be different if you came back and tested positive for Rohypnol or something.
Yeah.
And then you probably need to see a doctor.
Newsflash, drug dealer. Tim Hicks nails it. Newsflash, drug dealers are in the business to make money.
Yeah.
No, cellulite yoga pants. It's not Judge Simpson. Judge Simpson does get a lot of them, but it's a specific judge out of the 36th district. And he, without a doubt, will get every Moor or sovereign citizen that's in Zoom. Every single time, without a doubt.
It's fun when the judges, a couple of years back, the cops didn't know what this was, but it's so prevalent now on the internet that the judges know exactly the right answers.
It's because he's really cool with them. Because like some of them, they're just trying to get one over on the court. They have a suspended license. They're not really in it. Yeah, Judge Perkins.
Oh yeah, I know Judge Perkins. Yeah,
he gets every single one, and then one of them wanted to play the game, and he was always on Zoom, and he goes, all right, well, cool. I told you to turn yourself into the court or to the jail on this day, and you're clearly sitting in your living room. So I'm not going to talk to you. There's a warrant out for your arrest now. I'm not going to talk to you until you go to the jail. And the public defender, who had nothing to do with the case, jumped in. He's like, Judge, can I talk to him offline for a second? Let me talk to him. And she comes back, and she's like, well, can we just finish out this case now? While he's here, he said, nope, I'll see you in, what was it, 60 or 90 days. I'll see you in 90 days. I'm not talking. And I love that case. But yeah, that's the judge I was talking about. Thank you.
It was 66 days, 1 year unsupervised probation, and a $100 fine. And we go ahead about 15 months to July of 2005. He was arrested for possession of a controlled substance, a misdemeanor out of Madison County, Idaho. He was found guilty, given 180 days jail, 1 year probation, and an $80 fine. Let's see, on 2/24/06, he was found guilty of violation of probation and given a 290-day jail sentence. And we go ahead now 4 months to 11/28/2005.
All right, Bad Company, member for 2 months, hitting us with a joke. A frauditor and a sovereign citizen jump off a skyscraper to see who will hit the ground first. Who wins? The answer is society. I agree.
He was charged with battery and destruction of a telecommunications device during a domestic battery incident. Both charges misdemeanors out of Madison County, Idaho. He was found guilty. 180 days jail. That was 90 days were suspended, given 1 year probation. On 8/106, he was found guilty of a violation of probation and sentenced to the 180 days in jail. Yeah, we're going to go ahead to, let's see, we're going to go ahead to 12/13/2005, where he got a battery charge against, it looks like it's
a little bit.
Tricia, but I'm not 100% sure. She was subpoenaed to court, but she didn't show up. That may be why it was a domestic kind of situation there. It was out of Fremont.
There we go. Can see it a little bit better.
He was found guilty, given a 180 days jail sentence, which was concurrent with his sentence in Madison County that he was already doing. He was given a $263 fine, which he still owes today. What's that, 19 years later? 29 years? No, 19 years later. 19 years later, still owes on that fine. All right, March 3rd, 2006, he's arrested for battery again. I don't know if that was a domestic situation or not. Didn't really show. That was out of Madison County, Idaho. The judgment was withheld on that one after like a year and a half of playing around in the court system, but he was given a $300 fine. Then we go ahead to January 19th, 2007. He was arrested for use of a telephone to make a harassing or obscene phone call, which was a misdemeanor out of Fremont County, Idaho. He was found guilty of disturbing the peace. He was given 30 days in jail, $272 fine that he never paid, and 2 years of unsupervised probation. That right there is really weird. Why would you take a guy that you've put in jail a few times, you've given him probation before, and then make his probation unsupervised? That one kind of threw me off, but is what it is. The judge does what he does.
I don't know why any probation is unsupervised.
He was arrested.
Like, on one hand, I get it. But then on the other hand, like, this guy definitely shouldn't be unsupervised.
Yeah.
It's like, if you stole a candy bar or a pack of cigarettes from the store, or like some homeless guy stole a 40.
Maybe.
Sure, if you want to plead guilty, I'll give you unsupervised probation. But if you get caught, you're going back. But at this point, again, there is still 20 minutes left of this video.
Okay.
To this point with his record, be like, nah, you're going to report to someone. I don't care if it's making a phone call once a week, once a month. You're going to talk to someone.
For stalking in the first degree was his victim. That's going to be a live-in person. Fremont County, Idaho, and a year and 3 months later, he got that charge dismissed by the prosecutor. Could be Tricia wasn't being very cooperative. We're going to go ahead just 6 months to July 21, 2008. He picks up 2 charges out of Madison County. Both of them are misdemeanors. One is possession of a controlled substance, and the other one was possession of drug paraphernalia. The first charge was dismissed, and he was found guilty on the second charge. He was given 180 days in jail with 90 days suspended, $935 fine, which he never paid, and 1 year of probation. So, I don't know. To me, I think the guy needed a little more jail time and all of that. So then we're going to go ahead to July 8th, 2010. He was charged with disturbing the peace, willfully disturbs a neighborhood. That was out of Bannock County, Idaho. He, right off the bat, he failed to appear, so a warrant was put out for him. The very next day he showed up. Must be he forgot he had court. The warrant was canceled. The very following week, he failed to appear again. And they put out a warrant for him. And over a year later, they ended up closing the case due to time limits. And so therefore, he never got any disposition on that crime whatsoever. Then we're going to go ahead to July 9th of 2010. He's picked up again for drugs, possessing a controlled substance with the intent to deliver. And let's see, we've got 2 times 2, and that was a felony out of Bannock County, Idaho. He failed to appear, a warrant was issued, and 11 years later, they had court, and it looks like the motion hearing they had was to dismiss the case, but it does not say that it was. And we go ahead, let's see, 15 months to October 8th, 2011. He's charged with domestic violence assault, which was a misdemeanor out of Denver, Colorado. He was found guilty, given 1 year probation, $600 fines. He did not pay the fines. He still owes $420, and therefore we have a warrant that was put out for him on 2/21/2013, and that warrant is still valid as of June 5th, 2024. All right, we can go ahead, let's see, a year to, let's see, February 6th, 2012, he was charged with child abuse, negligently causing bodily injury, which was a misdemeanor out of Jefferson County, Colorado. He was found guilty, given 2 years probation, 180 days jail. 148 of those days were suspended, minus the 32 days he already had for time served. We go ahead just 4 months to June 2012. He had a violation of probation. His probation was revoked, and he was sentenced to those 148 days in jail. The following month later, on March 2nd, 2012, he was arrested in Jefferson County, Colorado for protection order violation, which was a misdemeanor. Found guilty, given 60 days in jail, 53 days suspended, with a credit of 2 days that he had done. Seems to be he ran from Idaho in 2010 when he knew he was in a little bit of trouble. Went to Denver, Colorado, Jefferson County there. So they don't really know him. So, they're kind of giving him a little bit.
So you can see, yeah, it is. It is. It was at, it wasn't at 1.25. It was at like 1.1. And then at like the 10-minute mark, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm going to doze off. It's too many charges. Yeah, it's too many.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just like, and now you guys can see, like, I'm on the wrong screen. I'm like, why is my mouse not showing up on this? And now you can see why he became a sovereign citizen.
Yeah,
he couldn't get out of his own way for ever.
Just bump it up to like 150 or 175.
Yeah, it's just like, you can't. There you go. Okay. It's like you can't get out of your own way. So you're just going to say, oh, the Constitution doesn't apply to me. The rule of law doesn't fly here.
Every single one of these, every one that I've seen anyway, I more so than not, I should say, it's that they've been in trouble with the law. The same thing with auditors. It's the exact same thing. They're mad at the system because they cannot live in a society. They have trouble following rules. They have trouble with authority.
I made this point 4 years ago at this point. I was on somebody's stream and I said, there's no qualifications, professional or educational. And most people who do it seem to have a chip on their shoulder because they were held accountable by law enforcement, the justice system, and they're looking at a way to like get back at them, but they're failing and they're just getting more charges, which is making the chip bigger.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad someone that is newish came to that conclusion upon seeing all this. It's like,
it's literal
all of these guys are the same.
Literal common sense.
But like he said at the beginning, Kennedy Walker is a wannabe victim. And everything isn't his fault. It's everyone else's fault. And it's like, well, child abuse, guilty. It's like violence, guilty. Like, it seems like you're getting guilty every single time. Like,
it really sounds like, obviously on a lesser scale, but some other people online who, as soon as they start losing an argument, it's, oh, woe is me. Don't you know this happened to me and that happened to me, and you should feel bad for me. And why are you being
who you're talking about.
Why are you being so cruel to me? I'm losing the argument. Now I'm the victim.
Yeah, you come at someone sideways, then can't handle the consequences of coming at someone sideways. Weird.
Don't fire shots if you cannot handle the return fire.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, Florida police just got their first arrest under the HALO law. Was it a frauditor by chance?
Interesting.
Bit of a break there. Yeah, I don't know. Child abuse, protection order violation. That starts to say a lot about this guy. And on March 15th, 2012, he failed to appear in court, and that's where this warrant also came out of. And that warrant is still valid as of June 5th, 2024 that I looked up. And we're going to go ahead to May 6th, 2012, FTC, failure to complete his sentence for child abuse, failure to complete his sentence for probation violation, and he had a failure to appear. Previous probation sentences were revoked, and he was given jail time. That was down below that I had already explained that he was doing. Now, we're going to go ahead to May 31st, 2012 in Jefferson County, Colorado. He was arrested for stalking, repeat communication with an order of protection, a felony. Stalking, emotional distress, protection order was valid, a felony. And he had 12 protection order violations, all misdemeanors. And then get this, they dismissed every single charge except for one protection order violation.
And if you noticed, people always ask me, why did you get a protection order from Broken System, Broken Trust? Because they don't fucking work. My protection order is up here.
You have it framed?
On my shelf. No, it's on my shelf. It's my gun.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, this person has 12 stalking, repeated communication protection order. That's 1. Emotional distress protection order. That's 2. And then 12 other violations. And he only got, every single one of them got dismissed, more than likely, except for 1 by a plea agreement. Unless that plea agreement was, I'm a shitbag, please throw me in prison.
Yep.
That protection order failed that woman.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, what's the point? A piece of paper is clearly not going to keep you as safe as other things I have floating around my home.
Here's the other thing is especially when it's a woman who is being abused by a man, she needs to go somewhere where this man does not know where she is. She also, if somebody's filming her in public and she says, please don't put me on camera, there may be a reason for that. She may be hiding from somebody who wants to kill her. So maybe turn the camera away.
They don't care. If she was getting killed, they would record that because it's views.
Oh my goodness.
I called out a guy a few years ago. His name was AZ Unfiltered. He was recording a dead body.
Oh my goodness.
And put it on the internet.
Is this the one with the biker accident or something like that?
Oh, I'm not sure. But the cop walked up to him. He's like, is this really what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're going to put this out before the family can be notified, before any investigation can be done. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. They don't care. If more people could get hurt and they could record it, they would do it.
Ridiculous.
Like, I'm okay. I told Mrs. Kfar while we were at Costco, 2 guys kind of like got loud with each other in their cars as they were going by each other because one like cut the other one off. And I'm like, I would record that if they got into a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if one of them,
pulled out a gun and
I would probably be like, this is not the time nor the place to be doing this.
Here's the thing. It might be the time to record it, but not to post on the internet for clicks and views. For evidence for the police.
You're right.
To catch the guy.
If I would gladly put out the fight for you guys. But then the moment there's like, oh no, that guy's dead.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, I'm going to private this video. Maybe even take it off YouTube.
Yeah.
And just have it sitting there unaltered. Hey, victim's attorney, I did you a solid. There you go.
Yeah.
I did the legwork.
I did this actually, not somebody didn't die, but on one of my properties, we were talking about stuff happening I'm a property manager, and there is one of my properties is not in a great area, and there was a man beating a woman in the lot that's behind ours. And I was sitting there doing paperwork behind one of the buildings. And so I pulled out my phone and recorded it because I thought to myself, if something actually happens to this, obviously something was happening, but if she winds up dead or something else, I wanted to have video of what was happening. And the dude saw me and I thought I was going to die. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Ed, we got security cameras. We got the motion detectors. We got motion detector lights. My dogs are fairly large. I've got things on all of the windows where if they get touched and open ever so slightly, my house freaks out.
Yeah, we have the glass break sensor in our house.
I've got those too.
Yep.
Which went off while we were not home the other day, and it freaked us out.
Yeah.
But again, we had cameras, so we checked every camera in the house, and we're like, no, we're good. So yeah, I've. Oh yes. Don't tell that to the hyenas who think they're lions. Apparently, according to them, I can't afford a Costco membership. Bought my house cash, but apparently can't do anything else, which is weird.
You're gonna get evicted from your rented house, don't you know?
Yeah, weird. It's almost like facts don't matter to them.
No, they don't. It's ridiculous.
Right. Now that you guys got a nice banter break.
Sorry.
Back to the
No,
that's
we're gonna
fine.
be here till
we,
midnight.
We cut it. That's what I'm saying. I love Andre Sloan, but I hate the fact that Kennedy Walker's criminal history is this long.
Yeah.
And we're only at, okay, it looks like there is a jump from 2012, 2016 to 2023.
We're up to like 2 times speed now. So
yeah, like
you guys need to listen fast.
Well, no, Lurker One, I don't have an automatic sprinkler system, but I am looking to get some Bluetooth rocks. If you so I can play Michael Jackson music. Rocks and from, so that if they are streaming, it'll immediately get taken down.
Nice.
I'm a very sneaky person doing things to people that I don't like.
Make sure you play rock music out of your rocks.
Yeah, I want to get the old Mrs. Kfar, who I'm looking at through my door here. She's doing her homework for school.
I can tell you what.
I want to get her guns, or several guns.
Oh yeah, for sure. Whenever we meet up, I will take her shooting. I
want to get up. Shit. And I want to get lasers for my dog's heads. Like fucking, what was it, Dr. Evil or Mr. Evil or whatever the fuck from Austin Powers?
A moat with piranhas and those little tiny fish that swim up people's penises.
That's fucked up.
I know.
That's fucked up. That's like Canadian level war crime.
Yeah.
In a plea agreement to get him to plea to 1 count of protection order violation. He was given 2 years probation, $1,493 fine, and what did he do? He ran. So there's a 4-year gap here. I can't find, he lived in Utah. He lived in a couple of other places, but I can't find any crimes. So I find it hard to believe that he could behave himself for that long, especially looking at his history. But all right, on October 25th, 2016, he was arrested in Spokane, Washington for that warrant down below, dismissed without trial. It must be Colorado refused to come and get him, I guess. So we're going to go ahead 7 years now, 7. And again, where was he during these 7 years? I mean, I can't find anything on it. No. If anybody knows where he was and what he was up to, please let me know. I mean, I looked in Iowa, I looked in Idaho, I looked in Utah, I looked in Washington, New York, Maryland. He's got a pass. He's been all over the country, but I couldn't find anything. Until on 8/26/2023, he committed a crime, and he wasn't indicted until February 9th, 2024. And he was indicted for attempt to commit a Class A felony, which is a felony, out of Malheur County, Oregon. And I know I'm not saying that right, and I know one of you guys out there is going to correct me, and I will appreciate that. His second charge, the same thing. It was committed on 8/26/23, 2/9/24 before he got indicted, and that was unlawful possession of a controlled substance, a misdemeanor. He had an arrest warrant that he did not get arrested on until January 9th, 2024, and he has a trial date set for January 13th, 2025. And we go ahead a year, August 6th, 2024. He was charged with...
he said, what was it? Trial set for 1/13/2025. Obviously, it's 1/23/2025. So the trial for that is what we're going to watch after this.
Fun.
Yeah.
Interfering with a police officer, which was a misdemeanor, out of Malheur, Oregon. And he has a hearing for that charge on January 8th, 2025. We've got some civil cases he had going on back in February of 2004. Brittany sued Kennedy for divorce, and that was finalized a couple months later. On May 5th, 2006, the Idaho State Department of Health and Welfare against Kennedy and Tricia, that was dismissed. But you go ahead just a few months to February 16th, 2007. The Idaho Department of Health and Welfare sued Kennedy and Tricia again, and child support was established through Fremont County, Idaho, for their child. Now we go ahead 5 years to February 13th, 2012. A woman named Heidi sued Walker, and that was for a protection order for domestic abuse, and it was granted for the plaintiff, Heidi, and 3 children out of Jefferson County, Colorado. So this is really starting to look, he's got some violence here against women, against children. This guy's a real winner. He's a real.
And you guys saw what this guy looks like. So
I don't know how he got anywhere near a woman.
And I'm not saying he doesn't look nonviolent. He looks, God, it's something like I don't like saying on my channel. But yeah, he doesn't look as if he's all there, and he's kind of, for lack of a better term, he looks out of shape.
Creepy. I think.
And it looks like he may be starring on, the reboot of my, can't even do it, my 600-pound life.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Like I said at the beginning, he sits in a recliner and live streams and tries to talk shit and act like a hard ass. I know another fat guy that tries to act like a hard ass on Discord. I'm not going to say his name, but yeah.
Does he have a whole fat family?
Hey, maybe.
And he's out here saying he's masquerading as a freedom fighter for our rights. He's nothing but a piece of shit. So we go ahead to May 21st, 2013, in the matter of guardianship, and there was 3 children that this was brought up about. Joseph was the parent of one of the children. Tricia is the mother of all 3 children, and Kennedy himself was a parent of one of the children. What happened was the court, due to I'm going to guess due to all the stuff that's been going on, the court awarded Dale, I blocked out his last name, was appointed the guardian of the 3 children. Then we go to November 16th, 2017. There was a judgment by the Department of Social and Health Services on Walker from Spokane, Washington, in the amount of $22,220. And I'll bet they're still holding their hand on their ass waiting for that money from this guy.
Yeah, he hasn't paid some of his fines from 2010, I believe it was. But he's magically going to pull 22 grand out of his ass.
Yeah, that's a hefty fine. I don't think I could come up with 22 grand to pay a fine.
No, yeah, 22 might take some time.
Yeah, a couple of months
for people in the chat. If Ed's still here, back in my day, yeah, 22,000 for. I'm assuming it's something to do with child support. That's how it reads. 22K is nowhere near the highest I have ever seen.
No, it would take me probably 2 years to pay that off. I could probably come up with $1,000 extra dollars a month.
I've seen people that, because obviously when you get booked in, all of your information from us booking you into the fancy computer gets shot to the state that I worked in, their main thing, and then it shot us back his entire record, anything, blah blah blah. I would regularly see warrants for dudes with 70, 80K in child support.
Wow.
And guess what? They'd get kicked out and say, all right, go take care of it.
Those kids are never going to see that money.
Oh, no, never. The dude was in his 60s, and it was for a recent case. And I'm just like, you're a terrible father. Fix yourself.
Yeah.
So anyways, we've got the Kennedy Walker channel on YouTube here. Had to block out his name because God forbid, I'll end up getting privacy struck again.
They hitting him every
there,
video.
but he was born in 1984. He's living in Ontario, Oregon now. I've got a couple phone numbers there for him. I don't know if either one of them are any good, but I had to block those out because God forbid you don't want to, you don't want to upset the privacy gurus out there. Back on September 21st, 2023, he had 293 subscribers when I first found him. And as of today, 12/4/24, he's up to 583 subscribers. So in 15 months, he's gone up 250 subscribers or so. This guy has a bachelor's degree in business management from the Morgan State University. He's got a not a YouTube channel. He has a website, which is his name.site. And he's got a X channel, which is X and then his name here. And he's got a couple of email addresses here, kwalker332 and Kennedy Walker. And of course, I had to block that out because that's personal identifying information. And gosh, we don't want to piss off the YouTube bots. That right there is all that I could find on the Kennedy Walker channel for a criminal background. And really, that's, looking at what he has there, that's really actually quite enough to prove that Kennedy is out there doing what he does. Just another street thug and bully hiding behind the First Amendment to take out his anger on the system. And get this.
Okay, so we're gonna be done with this video. But let me pull this off the screen. That's the video, or that's the photo he uses for his little YouTube icon.
Yeah.
And I believe he wrote a book or something. I believe he wrote a book as well. And that's what he uses. But let me go to Kennedy Walker's page and show you what he actually looks like.
Welcome to the Colin Raiders, by the way. Please hit the like and subscribe button.
Some people rated us from Colin. Others went to, oh God, what am I? There you go. This will answer your questions. So yeah, it would really help if I put it on screen, wouldn't it? There we go.
Hey there, you run this place?
Oh, I don't need you to comment there, Kennedy Walker. So that's the picture he uses.
Yep.
But this is what he looks like. This one. I think this is what I used for the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now here it is. I'm telling you that
that's not the same guy.
No.
That's not the same guy whatsoever.
That's like,
so
did he take that picture 20 years ago? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the fact that he's using that as a picture is wild to me. But let's go back to dipshit here. And we're looking for, oh my God, because he's an idiot. Let me show you this video and I'll tell you what it is. He tried to sell magic mushrooms or something along those lines at a farmer's market and he got arrested by cops. Shocker, right? Like, who'd have saw that coming?
Imagine shopping at this farmer's market and you not realize what you're like, you could really hurt somebody. That could have been fed to kids.
Again. Yeah, again. He cares not.
You don't expect to be buying hallucinogenic mushrooms at a farmer's market.
I might have to go back all the way to the beginning because apparently he's throwing bullshit text up on the screen.
All right.
All right, folks, here we go. This is going to be his trial and his arrest the next day.
Fun.
Because again, he is not the smartest human being. He's more of a man now, about 50 pounds more. Good. Good,
I mean,
good.
Same for my profile picture, but whatever.
I don't even know what my profile picture is.
I think it's just the K. Yeah, it's just the logo.
I'm sitting there like, I know I created a logo, but I don't know if I actually used it. Here we go.
No sound? Is that just the video or is that?
I think it might just be the beginning.
Okay.
Oh, now I got to go back and fucking read it. Damn you, Kennedy Walker. All right. 2 witnesses testified for the state and admitted that they never saw any drugs at all, and the police did not seize any drugs. In Oregon, the voters have decriminalized all substances with Proposition 110, declared mushrooms a therapeutic beneficial substance.
Baloney.
All crimes need an actual victim that can prove damages, which is false. This is the no victim, no crime fallacy that I've been fucking talking about for as long as I've been doing this. His thing is he likes to do drugs and then go, oh, there's no victim. Congratulations. Like, society would be the victim in that case. Even if we use the state's unconstitutional statute, I wasn't accused of selling drugs to anyone or attempting to, but instead convicted on a sign. Okay. And there were multiple ways to get people magic mushrooms that are 100% in compliance. The drug war is treason and terrorism, says the sovereign citizen. Come on, Kennedy Walker, throw up the next thing so I can read it.
Why does he not have music or something playing? This is only a partial recording of the trial, and then I was arrested and my car was seized without a warrant after leaving the courthouse. After day 1 of trial, the jury selection, I wasn't paying attention to my camera and seemed to be having problems with it staying on. This is basically just a sample of everything that occurred.
Or affirm that you will well and truly answer all questions pertaining to your qualifications to serve as jurors in the case now pending?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a seat. We are going to call up 24 of you at the box. So when you get your number called, the first person can sit in the back row of the box, the farthest seat to my left, fill in 7, and then we'll just go row after row, again filling in from the left to the right.
Number 29, 29. 215, 215. 212, 212.
Okay, just for you guys. Sorry, I hopped.
179, 179.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna try to skip jury, like walking in. And somebody said he edited it to make himself look better. I wouldn't doubt that at all. I'm eating some Andy Caps hot fries. If Andy Caps is out there and they're listening, and I've been eating your product for almost 20 years, I would very much so like an Andy Caps hot fry sponsorship. Let's see here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting a trial of a criminal case of State of Oregon versus Kennedy Cheryl Walker, and the state is represented by Mr. Henninger, who's seated to my right, and then Mr.
That's what I was going to say as well. A lot of people, I guess, are calling up to the courthouse, whether he's recording with like permission from the judge, which I doubt. I know most I can't talk. Most courthouses require you to fill out a bunch of paperwork to record, even if it is your own court date, because they record as well. And they would rather use the record that is, it boils down to what are you going to believe, the eye in the sky that records everything with no bias towards anyone, or the guy who has his own copy that only points it in a certain direction and can edit it whenever he wants. I want to see how he hid the camera. So Broken System, Broken Trust, I've seen do this a lot. Not like this per se, but he will turn his phone on and just like jam it in his pocket or jam it in his sleeve.
Just like one of these.
Yeah, something stupid like that. Or like, I know he's done a bunch of where he just gets audio and he'll just jam it in his pocket, or he'll be on Zoom and he'll have somebody else recording from their phone, so that when they ask, "Oh, are you recording?" you say, "I'm not recording." But he's technically recording that type of shit.
Live stream it. I'm not recording. It's being live streamed.
Yeah. He's an idiot. What kind of kickback do I get if I can make it happen? Hey, if Andy Caps will sponsor me, we will be all eating Andy Caps hot fries until the cows come home.
Walker is seated at the counsel table to my left. Defense charged with the following 2 offenses. Count 1, attempted unlawful delivery of Schedule 1 controlled substance. Count 2, unlawful possession of a Schedule 1 controlled substance. Alleges as follows. The defendant, Kennedy Cheryl Walker, on or about August 26, 2023, in Marion County, Oregon, did unlawfully and intentionally attempt to deliver psilocybin, a Schedule 1 controlled substance. Count 2 alleges as follows. The defendant, Kennedy Cheryl Walker, on or about August 26, 2023, in Marion County, Oregon, did unlawfully knowingly possess psilocybin, a Schedule 1 controlled substance. To these offenses, the defendant has entered a plea of not guilty. A plea of not guilty is now every offense. Under our system of justice, the defendant is presumed innocent of it, unless and until the state proves his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Therefore, the burden is on the state to prove the defense guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Some people may serve as jurors in civil cases with lesser standards of proof applied. For example, proof by preponderance of the evidence or proof by clear and convincing evidence. In a criminal case, however, the state's proof must be more convincing. It must be beyond reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt is doubt based on common sense and reason. Reasonable doubt is an honest and certain as to the guilt of the defense. A reasonable doubt exists when, after careful and impartial all the evidence, we are not convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. Each juror must be able to judge this case fairly objectively. Therefore, if any juror knows of, there's any association with parties, lawyers, witnesses, or if any juror has no knowledge or strong opinion about this case, this should be brought to the court's attention. First, by raising hands, do any of the jurors know either Mr. Henninger or Mr. Kennedy? Okay. And then juror number 119, who do you know, sir?
Both parties, as your honor knows, I'm deputy attorney and work with Mr.
So Erica, does it really count as seeing Josh walk home if he lives at a hotel? Is it really walking home?
Is it walking home if he's waddling?
Yeah. Hey, don't make him start talking about his gout, okay? He will.
No. I mean, was he walking or riding his bicycle?
Riding that Huffy.
Yeah.
Price stole his son's bike and he's riding that.
Oh no, it's got a banana seat.
I don't think it has a seat at all, if we're being honest. Rumor has it he got some meth after riding the bike, if you catch my drift.
That's why he can fit so much in his prison wallet.
So Mr. Walker, some of the hearings leading up to this trial, Mr. Henninger wasn't available and appeared in the state's position. As such, I've reviewed some evidence and arguments. Again, partial for those circumstances.
Okay. Do either party wish to oppose me finding using juror 119?
No.
Okay, so juror 119, you're excused. If you leave your butt at the door, we'll do the competition, please.
173, 173.
Juror 173, do you know either of the parties? No, okay. And then, do any of you have, next I'm going to ask the parties to list the potential witnesses and then ask if you know them, stranger.
Yes. State intends to call the Ontario Police Department John Esplin, Rick Reyna, and also Terry Ann Finnerty.
And then, Mr. Kennedy, do you have any witnesses?
No.
Okay. By raise of hands, do any of the jurors know any of the witnesses? And I'll try to get to you one at a time. Juror 140.
Mr. Reyna and Mr. Esplin.
Okay. How do you know them?
Grew up with them. Coached them.
Okay. So I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a lot, so I want to give some examples. The question is your knowledge of the person.
Here, let me try something real quick because there we go. Maybe not. Let's do it this way.
Oh, make it bigger.
There we go. I turned the subtitles on and I'm looking at my screen going, why can't I see the subtitles? Is there any way to make subtitles bigger? We'll figure it out. But yeah, now you guys got subtitles so you can actually read it.
I think you can make them bigger.
Well, that's on
if you
this
hit
screen,
the little
'cause I'm an
arrow.
idiot.
Yeah. Hit the little arrow next to the subtitles and there should be a way to make them. I know mine are bigger on my screen. I hit options.
Yeah, mine are normally huge.
Yeah.
Perfect. Font
there
size.
You go. Font size.
There we go. We can figure things out
Better.
around here. What is that silver thing on the table? A pot? More than likely, it's just a water.
Water.
Thing.
My question is: the people sitting in this front row, like one of them has a name badge on, aren't those potential jurors that he is showing?
Yeah, he's literally showing the jury.
Yeah,
for jury
that's
trial.
Crazy.
My question is: the jury didn't go like the what is it? The Leonardo DiCaprio that one, that meme. Like, hey, he's got a camera right here looking right at us.
We just want everybody to start the same starting line as the trial. If you know somebody, you know something about the case that you think that is maybe behind the starting line like that. So with that on mind, as a caution, and regarding that year 142, your knowledge of the person can affect your ability to be fair and impartial.
Yes, I believe so, sir.
Okay, just throw it out with them.
Yeah, and coaching with going a lot.
Just be pretty safe. Would be fair? Is that what I hear?
I told him I'm the friend.
Injection being excused in juror 142? No. Okay, 142 shall be excused. Vice Chair.
277, 277.
No. Do you know any of this? Is that what it's like? No. Okay, great. I think juror number, is it 80? Did you have your hands raised, sir? Okay. Did I miss someone? Oh, you, okay. Juror 121.
Mr. Ray,
How do you know?
I grew up in town there, but...
Any about knowledge of them being affectability during motion. And then juror number 193, did you raise your hand?
Yeah.
Okay, who do you know,
I
sir?
know Mr. Reyna. I don't know Bob, but it won't affect me.
Won't affect your ability during motion. Then there's someone who's not right. Okay, juror number 297, do you know that?
Terry Ann Finnerty, but only at the Saturday markets.
Anything about that going to affect your ability for
No.
motion? Okay. And then juror number 173, who do you know, sir? Okay, how do you know?
The small community.
Anything about your, whatever limited knowledge of him that's going to affect your ability for motion?
No.
Okay, great. Mr. Kennedy, is your camera on over there?
Yes.
Okay, you need to turn it off, sir.
Oh, I put in a request. It was approved.
When was it approved by him?
Judge Landis. It was approved September 11th. Motions hearing. a public trial anyway.
I understand that. That doesn't mean it gets recorded.
And this is what I was talking about earlier. It is a public trial, but they don't want his edited copy only showing a certain thing floating around the internet, which now there is.
Exactly. So explain what's going on, because we have new people joining the chat. I'm talking about Colin.
Yeah, Colin, if you jump back and forth, does it confuse you? No. We're professionals over here, bud. This is a sovereign citizen who we just watched. Let's jump back all the way to the beginning. We watched the Eric Martin debacle. Then we watched this sovereign citizen, specifically his criminal history.
Which was,
and now we're jumping into
started at the age of 14
ton.
and lasted just reading the charges and the convictions, 29 minutes of charges and convictions. We had to watch it at 2 times speed. It was insane.
Yeah. Yeah. And we watched that, and now we're jumping into this. This was his jury trial for possession of drugs.
He was selling, he was at a farmer's market selling psilocybin mushrooms.
But it's 2 felonies. He's looking at 2 felonies, and he spoiled it he spoiled it himself by saying guilty, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And then after this, it's him getting arrested a day later. So
If you're looking for a motion, it was an application through the court, not a motion. Actually, there wasn't a motion for it, but then the judge told me he wanted it to go through the court instead.
I'll let it on for now. We're going to deal with it. Okay, and then third, any personal feelings regarding this case that would affect your ability to defend your motion? Okay, next, we're going to ask you a series of 5 questions around the various screens around you. Question number 1 is what town you live in. Don't get distracted. Question number 2 is what is your occupation, and if you're retired, what was your occupation prior to retirement? Question number 3 is if you have a spouse, do you have a spouse, you'd like to know what their occupation is or was if they're retired. Question number 4 is we served on a jury before, and by service we mean you made it past this part of your opening statements, there's some evidence in there, you're going to travel back and deliberated. If you have served on a jury before, we'd like to know approximately how long your last service was, 2 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old. And then what type of jury was it? Was it a criminal jury, which is the state accusing someone of crime, a civil jury, which is usually 2 parties fighting about money in one way or another, or a grand jury, which is a special process you can go about serving that. And then question number 5 is do you have any close ties in law enforcement? It's not just friends, but family members, close friends that work in law enforcement. If you do, then we'd like to know how they're related to you, uncle, niece, best friend, whatever it may be. And then what agency you work for. Ontario Police, State Correctional Institute, California Highway Patrol, whatever it may be. If you have any close ties to law enforcement. So with that, jury number 29, could you answer those 5 questions?
I live outside Ontario. I'm a farmer. My wife works for the University of Idaho. I was on a jury during COVID.
So the only thing I have a problem with, where he's recording every single juror as they're introducing themselves, it seems like, is the fact that he has a long history of violence, stalking people and violating protection orders. So it does seem a bit sketchy. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because I don't think you guys want to hear the jury introduce themselves.
I see. 79? You weren't threatened to be here? No.
Let's go back a little bit. The sovereign citizen nonsense is beginning.
Okay. To the entire panel.
Boy, yes, I'm married.
There we go.
Wife's a nurse, on a jury, and my father is a law enforcement officer.
Great, thank you. Jury 214.
I live in Ontario. I'm a cleaning technician. I'm not married. I have not served on a jury. And I have a couple of cousins that
the Napa Police Department.
Thank you. Jury 83.
I live in Ontario. I'm a veterinary assistant. I'm not married. I've never served on a jury. And my best friend is a Mount Airy County dispatcher.
Thank you. Jury 297.
Excuse me, I live in Ontario. I'm a retired registered nurse, married. My husband claims to be still working. He works as the curator.
Jokes.
I served on the grand jury here, I think, in 2018, and I have no ties to law enforcement.
Great, thank you. The party will now ask each of you questions. The purpose of these questions is not to embarrass you, but determine your qualifications for this specific trial. Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Walker.
Okay, is this to everyone, or am I asking specific?
You can direct questions at the entire panel, or you can direct questions at a specific member you wish.
Okay. To the entire panel, then, have you been threatened to appear for jury service by the state? Did they make a threat of contempt of court against you in order to compel you to be here? And can we go through and get everyone's answer?
You can ask it. I'm going to let you direct it how you want. If you want.
Could we just start at 29 and do the same, and go through it the same as how the judge just went through it? So 29, is that you? Yeah. Have you been threatened to serve on a jury today with contempt of court?
I think there's something on the paper, but I don't know. It's just a civil duty. You sign up when you...
So could we limit these to yes or no answers?
I'm not here. I'm allowing you, if you want to ask your 29, could you answer yes or no? Then I'm not part of this. This is you and the jury.
Okay. Could you just answer yes or no?
No, I don't consider it fair.
Could you answer yes or no? I could. I'm just not going to. Like,
isn't that always the case?
You have no power here.
I've never been called for jury duty, which is a shame because I'm really good at judging people. But
I think it's funny. Neither one of us have, but we're just like, would you love to do it? I would love to attempt to do it.
But
like, the people who want it don't.
Isn't that the thing? Is that you have to by law show up, and then you have to, like, if you don't want to do it, then you have to like say, oh, I'm a racist or whatever. Or, you know, whatever you say to get out of jury duty. I would not do that because A, I'm not a racist, and B, I want to serve on a jury. But I believe it is. I don't know if the charge is contempt of court, but I do know that you have to show up. Or you have to call the court and let them know, like, I'm disabled or I'm in the hospital or whatever it is, the reason you can't show up. You have to be excused.
Yeah.
So going one by one is kind of pointless. That's all I'm getting at, I guess.
Let me see here. That statement got John out of jury duty
Really?
one time. That's odd.
I didn't know people actually did that. I thought that was just like the joke. Like,
once they're like, what's your job? Do you have any family in law enforcement? The defense attorney would be like, you can see your way out.
I think I would get accepted as a jury. First of all, this YouTube thing is a hobby. It's not a job, right? Like, I have an actual job.
my hobby is covering this exact person and making fun of him.
But I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be asked to be on a jury, wanted. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I forgot what Eric Martin said in his, but his attorney or him were like, how do you feel about sovereign citizens? And it's just like, that's where you lose me. Like, you got me. I hate them. You got me.
Oh, you weren't threatened with?
No.
Okay. 215? Okay. Is not a... That's not a threat? Okay. 212? Have you been threatened? Okay. So they didn't send you a flyer saying if you didn't show up, you'd be charged with contempt of court?
I would point to the last person.
Can't hear you.
I would just point to the last person and say, ditto, and call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Yeah, what they said.
207?
It was stated that I don't feel threatened.
So the answer is yes, you were threatened?
it was stated, but I don't feel threatened. So if you're going with feeling, no.
I see. 179? You weren't threatened to be here? Not even with contempt of court?
I read it in the brochure.
A brochure? Is that the jury flyer that you were sent? Where did the brochure come from? I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I read it in
Okay. 44? You weren't threatened?
No.
Okay. 58?
No.
Okay. 142?
No. Oh, no.
I'm sorry?
Sorry. I'm 177, or 277.
Oh, you're 277? Okay. I have a hard time writing, so...
142 was excused and 277.
I understand. 62, were you threatened to be here? Okay. 108?
No.
252?
No.
80? 74? Were these people sent a flyer that threatened contempt of court? The answer is on this flyer.
This is a chance for the right director, Mr. Walker, one focus on that.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, am I at 80?
I said no.
Okay. 74, were you threatened to be here? 121, were you threatened to be here with contempt of court?
I didn't say anything on the postcard about contempt of court.
Okay. 24?
No.
You weren't threatened either. 21, were you threatened? No. 193?
No.
140?
No.
274?
No.
297?
Oh, no.
And then 83?
No.
And then I'm sorry, I don't know what your number is. It's not 214? Oh, it is 214, and yours is something else. Okay, were you threatened to be here? Okay, 119? Sorry, what was your number? 173. Were you threatened to be here?
No.
And 318, were you threatened to be here?
No.
Okay. So, Your Honor, I was threatened when I served on a jury 2 years ago here. They didn't show up, then I would be in contempt of court. Now, I find that disturbing because it's the state that's bringing these charges against me. And so, if the state is threatening my jurors, then I need to know about it. I think that document that was sent to jurors.
Reason because he's so annoying. It's like, hey, he crossed the street and jaywalked, and they're just like, death penalty.
Yeah. Well, he knows exactly what the notice says. So this is literally a waste of time, like Edward in the chat says. Literally just a waste of time.
Yeah, like that's what he wanted to get, a very specific answer from the jury. And right off the bat, the first guy was just like, you can go fuck yourself, bud.
Yeah, and that one lady is like, I got a notice, but I don't feel threatened by the government, you weirdo. If you feel threatened by the government, you're a little weird, buddy.
Well, I mean, if you've been committing crimes since you were 14, I mean.
Yeah, then you probably feel a little threat from the government. If I got a notice in the mail,
government looks at you sideways.
Like if I got a notice in the mail to either, I'm being subpoenaed as a witness or anything like that, you have to show up for jury. I don't feel threatened. Like it's just part of being part of a society. If you don't want to be part of the society, go somewhere else.
And see, that's where sovereign citizens kind of kill me, because that's exactly it. Mm-hmm. Like you just said, we are a society.
Yeah.
If you choose not to be in our society, you can either go to prison.
Yeah.
Or you can get the fuck on.
Go live in Antarctica.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, don't say Antarctica. Because that's just, everyone knows that's just an ice wall.
They're going to try to climb the wall. They're going to scale the ice wall. Go to Antarctica, work on scaling the ice wall. Let me know how it goes.
That's when you get dropped by the armed penguins with M4s. It's just like, yeah, this is what you have to do to have a society that functions.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy is like, no, I don't want it to work like that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well then you can see your way out. Go live in the jungles of Venezuela by yourself.
Oh, guess what? They have a society there too, and I guarantee you won't like their court system. I guarantee you won't like their jails.
He wouldn't have been able to commit crime since 14.
Yeah.
please me so we can keep moving along.
Okay. All right. Let's start at the beginning then. Juror 29. If the federal government creates a law that violates, if the federal or state government creates a law that violates any federally protected rights, then does that law apply?
Laws apply to everybody, otherwise you have a breakdown of civilization.
I'm asking specifically about something that violates a law of the United States. So say a law of the United States, like you have a right to, say, freedom of press, and yet when I come into court, people are saying, hey, you can't record. Then what I'm asking you is it lawful to uphold a law that violates a constitutional principle?
If it's been passed into law, if it's been passed into law, it applies to everybody. So if it's law, everybody follows it. It doesn't matter if you don't think it's constitutional, you still have to follow it. Otherwise you get a breakdown in civil society.
It's not even that you get a breakdown of society.
Yep.
That turning my camera on would help. It's not a breakdown of society. It's you're not the person who gets to decide yay or nay is a law constitutional.
Exactly. The Supreme Court gets to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like last I checked, Kennedy Walker, no frauditor, no sovereign citizen are on the Supreme Court. Therefore, you can't go around saying this is unconstitutional. This is unconstitutional.
Exactly.
Especially with the filming thing. There are time, place, and manner restrictions on that. Because you think he thinks you should be able to record everywhere, and that's not the case.
Not only are they not on the Supreme Court, they are not wise enough to become lawyers to even have a chance of being on the Supreme Court.
He's got a business management degree, though. Watch out.
Yeah. So do I. Do you know how many times I've used my business management degree in real life? Zero times. It was a waste of money.
I have a degree. Now I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah. I actually have a business management degree and a marketing degree. You know how many times I use those degrees? Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
okay, we're outside the record. So, Mr. Walker, I'm telling you because the stranger is already aware of this.
Wait a minute. Did I just miss something?
Maybe you should rewind it like 20 seconds.
I feel like the jury was there, and then they weren't.
It's a magic trick.
And
okay, we're outside the presence of the jury. So, Mr. Walker, I'm telling you because the stranger is already aware of this process. There are that list we gave you. There are 24 jurors. You will get the first strike. That means injury one strike. If you let me know who that is, you can.
Holy shit! I don't know why it's hitting me just now. He's representing himself.
That's amazing. That's what we like to see for entertainment value.
Oh, yeah, for entertainment value. For those of you in the chat, I am not a lawyer, nor do I play one on TV. With that being said, don't represent yourself in court.
Absolutely not.
Just don't do it.
Even lawyers don't. Lawyers don't represent themselves in court. Like lawyers get lawyers.
People qualified to be their own attorney are like, nah, we're gonna pass this on.
By the way, this is very suspiciously edited. To have a whole chunk
two people
just missing.
Because it makes it, to me, seem like he did something wrong.
Super sus.
And didn't want to show it, because why else would it stop right in the middle?
Exactly.
Like, don't make no sense.
Tell me that strike by either the juror number or the jury seat. As you can see on that sheet, we have this juror number one and then their actual number. So either one of those. Mr. Henninger will get the next strike, and we'll go back and forth. Each party will get 6 strikes, and then at the end of that, there'll be 12 jurors left, and those will be the final 12 jurors. So, Mr. Walker, who's your first strike?
how many did you say?
You're going to get a total of 6, but we're going to rotate. So you take 1, they take 1, and then each of you will get 6 each, which means it'll be 12 stricken total. And then since there'll be just 24 jurors, I'll leave 12. So you have a jury of 12 people at the end.
Okay, 215.
Okay, so let's see. Seat number 2, juror 215 is defense 1. 2, seat 6, juror 44. Seat 6, juror 44 is the plaintiff's 1.
To 21.
Could you say that again?
21, that's, I believe, juror number 16.
21. 16, juror 21, thank you. That is defense 2. Juror 207 to seat 4. Okay, seat 4, juror 207 is plaintiff's 2.
140.
Okay, 140, seat 18 is defense 3. Seat 7, juror 58. Okay, seat 7, juror 58 is plaintiff's 3.
274.
Okay, 274, seat 19 is defense 4. Juror 24, seat 15. Seat 4 is plaintiff's 4.
Let's see, there's what, 2 left?
You get 2 more strikes. The state gets 2 more strikes.
Hmm. 252, juror 11.
Okay, seat 11, juror 252 is defense 5. 62, seat 9. Seat 9, juror 62 is plaintiff's 5. Okay, seat 13, juror 74 is defense 6.
It's like they're playing chess.
Hold straight last seat. Okay, seat 24, juror 17 is plaintiff's 6. So what we have remaining is seat 1, juror 294, seat 3, juror 212, seat 8, juror 277. Oh, I'm sorry, it's one. Seat 5, juror 237, then seat 8, juror 277, seat 10, juror 108, seat 12, juror 80, seat 14, juror 121, seat 17, juror 193, seat 20, juror 297, seat 21, juror 83, seat 22, juror 214, and seat 23, juror 173. Okay, so we have 12 jurors. We will, and so I told jurors to be back here for just a 6-minute recess, and obviously for jurors that don't stay. If everybody can get out, all of them get out, and then the 12 people that aren't staying, please move to the back, have a seat in the back. The 12 people that are staying, please come back and sit in the seats so I can make sure I have 12. There is no assigned seating. We'll be removing these chairs, but otherwise you stay anywhere you want in the box. You don't have to stay in the same seat. You have to try or whatever procedure is most common. So again, I call your number. You are presiding over this case. Juror 294, juror 212, juror 237, juror 27, juror 108, juror 80, juror 121, juror 193, juror 297, juror 83, juror 214, juror 173. Again, I called your number. You're the children out of the case. Let's try to exchange best we can. Okay, guys, we're going to have a seat where we want. Okay, do you have 12 jurors? The rest of you, thank you for your service today. If you can leave your buttons by the door, have one.
Bad company. It was 2 drug charges that were felonies.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the jury, I'm asked that you stand, please, and raise your right hand.
They will well and truly try the matters and issue between the plaintiff and defendant, and a true verdict rendered according to the evidence given from the witness stand and the law is given by the court.
Thank you. Have a seat, ladies and gentlemen. In just a minute here, I'm going to excuse you to the jury room. We're going to take our lunchtime recess. I'll ask 2 o'clock in that jury room, so you guys can pass the time a couple hours. I'm going to excuse you there. My staff's going to talk to you just about stuff like that. Usually, I would tell you that that you wouldn't usually be going to right to lunch hour at this point, but if you need us to call anybody, any employer, family, whatever, to let them know that you're on jury service for today and tomorrow, then please, we can do that for you. Just ask my staff. But since I'm excusing you, you can also speak on like that. So if you have an employer that wants to hear a voice from the court, then we can do that for you. In that room, we're going to come back at 2. Will be there's napkins in there, there's snacks in there, there's drinks in there, stuff for your comfort. There's also notebooks in there. If you process information by taking notes, you're welcome to bring a notebook out with you to the courtroom and take notes. You don't have to take notes, but some people need to take notes to process information. The notebook cannot go with you, basically. It's either here or the courtroom. My staff will take care of it if you're not here. Other than that, if you have any questions for my staff, then that's great. They'll come in there just a few minutes after you and answer any of those questions. We do expect this to be a 2-day trial, so we'll make arrangements there. The current schedule is to go from 9 to noon and 5 every day, so we get 2 operating middle of the evening, so again 9 to 5 again, make arrangements for every day to 5 so with that, then come back 2 o'clock. When we come back at 2 o'clock, I'm going to read you what's called the cautionary open jury instructions, and then after that we'll get over statements on presumably like at least one witness statement more, but again we'll let okay, we'll see you at jury.
I'm so glad you put the subtitles because man, that guy's mumbly.
Well, and then I don't know if you guys heard it. I know you guys commented. Let me pause it because I'm assuming he's going to say something. Why did he keep like moaning or grunting? Like every few seconds you'd hear, It's like,
I don't know.
Are you playing with yourself under the table? Like, you flicking the bean? What's going on? Like, fuck. Let's see here. I'm just laying it all out there now. I don't even. Hey, GE Swag. This my sock account, even though I'm like streaming in there typing.
Yeah.
Weird how that happens.
Hands up. Say something, GE Swag.
All right, this GE Swag. GE Swag. Everyone sees my hands right here. GE Swag. Say something. Say anything. Put a 1 in the chat, GE Swag. I just want it to be known. It is not me. My hands will be here.
Put a 238.76 in the chat.
Like Kennedy Walker. Do something, G Swag. Just put it down. Put something. This is a very slow train wreck. Oh, the slowest train wreck. Like G Swag. I'm waiting on you so I can put my damn hands down.
He's starting to lose. He's starting to. Me. I think he's doing it on purpose.
No, so they said that the way he said it was that the judge previously, and I believe it was September, gave him the okay to record. And now I'm intentionally talking with my hands so you guys can still see them. But yeah, he said he put in the paperwork in September and the judge gave him an okay. So I can't say anything. Now recording the jury. Oh God.
Where is GE Swag?
You always comment, and then the one time I need you to comment,
he probably just popped in and then left.
You're gonna have to just. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm like fucking Ricky Bobby.
Just hit the button to play the video and then keep your hands up.
But yeah, the judge gave him okay. I'm just curious about the jury angle because I don't know if you're supposed to be like, hey, jury, let me get all of your information as I record it, and you're probably gonna find me guilty.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. Well, maybe. Let me click it. There we go.
Okay, well, the jury will take a lunchtime recess or we can go. Thank you.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Not doing very good, very well right now. And I just ask for modification to the court hours so that I can have some recovery time between.
Get out of there.
Recovery time.
Get out of there. There's nobody. There's just.
They're giving it up. They're going to come back.
Okay. What I am willing to do today, just
there it is. There it is. Look, there it is. There it is. I saw my hands this whole time.
How about we start at 2 o'clock?
All right, now my hands are going back down. My hands were up.
GE Swag was just torturing you, I think.
All right, GE Swag commented, my hands were up. You guys saw the whole thing. Clearly, I'm not
a
GE
sock
Swag.
account.
Yeah, it's not me. Turns out more than a million people can hate you. It's not just 3 people in sock accounts. That's kind of somebody else's thing, if you catch my drift.
I have 2 accounts. One of them is called Many Such Cases, and one of them is the one that you're on right now. So it's not me.
Oh yeah, I've got 4 channels.
Oh, I do have one that I don't really use, but it's just so I can check the other ones.
Yeah, I have 4 accounts. 3 of them put out content.
Yeah.
And one of them literally has my last name attached to it. It's pretty hard to run from that one.
Yep.
Like, come on now. Nope, against state law to release the identity of a jury.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Good
Recovery time. Does he think he ran a marathon or something? Like,
yeah.
Usually...
well, he went to Taco Bell. He had to take a dump, and he's got to recover.
I need a break from this hard work. I need a break.
Yeah, I need a break from oddly recording my jury.
Yeah.
Cautionary jury instructions and the opening statements, since the jury's already coming back. That, I imagine, or I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, depending how long the opening statements are. But then not taking our first witness to tomorrow, that means we can end early today instead of going all the way to 5 o'clock. Would that be beneficial to you, Mr. Walker? Can you say something?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you. I can see you nod, but I just wanted to check that. Okay, so let's do that for your benefit, Mr. Walker.
Is there a way that we could do that now?
No, the jury's already gone. The other option, you have a constitutional, I'm not trying to tell you how to run this. You have a constitutional right to be here for trial and everything else, but since we're just doing opening statements, your right to be here in large part is to confront any witnesses. Since we won't be taking any witnesses today, I'll give you the option. You don't need to be here in person tomorrow, but I'll give you the option for today if you want to be here by video or telephone. We can set those up for you just to do, again, jury instructions and the opening statements.
Yes.
Is that something you want?
Yeah, that would help.
Okay, so can you tell me, just so my staff can be ready, are you planning on calling in at 2 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, and that's just let me know that you should receive a call. And then, so we will do precautionary jury instructions, opening statements at 2 o'clock, and then we'll conclude for the day. I'm sure it's a 2-day trial no matter what, and I'm sure the jury will be happy for that to happen. So, and then I do need to let you know, we've checked our records. We had Judge Landis listen to the hearing on September 11th, and there has been no such order to grant recording, so I'm instructing not to record the proceedings. I needed to check those things. I didn't want to challenge you at the beginning, but that order has not been given. So you'll need to turn on the camera this afternoon. You won't be here, so on the camera. But the rest of the proceedings on camera. Okay.
So, good.
AJ for 2 doll hairs. Your fur babies look hungry.
Oh, sorry, I was not.
I wouldn't say hungry. They looked deceased.
Yeah. Well, Ava went. I locked Mr. Zed in the basement. So she went downstairs with Mr. Zed. But Zena's still here. Zena, you got some love.
Somebody was actually talking about this in the chat before this. The judge brought it up. Was the judge just taking his word for it, or did he actually get the shit done? Turns out he was talking out of his ass.
Of course he was.
Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? And so let me make sure it's paused. I don't know where it's going to go from here. Like, I don't know how much of this is left for this. I know he does get arrested, so.
Fun.
The rules are that you file before them, so you don't have any notice of such filing before the trial. So.
Well, then it must have happened on a different day or something.
Well, why don't you check your records? If you think there is an order on a different day, then we can check that also. But we base it off of filings prior to and then we also listen to the September 11th hearing. So that's the date you gave us. So that's the date we checked.
Also, again, I'm not a lawyer. If there are lawyers in chat, I'm pretty sure this is why they don't like oral motions.
Yep.
They would prefer you to file actual paperwork so that they could just go back and be like, oh, yep, didn't see it in the paperwork. Or, yep, you know what? I do have the piece of paper right here that says you can do this. Instead of, I think it happened on this day. Can you have somebody speed run a 4-hour hearing, day, and see if I mentioned anything about recording?
Yep.
He probably had his poor old, court clerk back there with headphones on. Is that what the judge said? I don't know. I'm on 8 times speed.
Richard's asking me if I've covered the case. I forget the guy's name, but I do know the case you're talking about. I have not covered it, but I did cover a Florida case where a guy represented himself. He had crazy hair and he screamed his whole opening statement. That was an interesting video. But yeah, that one you're talking about, I do know what you're talking about, and I may cover it in the future.
Yes, I said oral motions, guys. Oral.
I'm prepared to get out of here, Mr. So you can have your rest. So.
I'm just trying to figure out what it is you're saying. Judge Landis approved recording. If it wasn't on September 11th, then it would be... It was on September 11th, I think, but... Okay. He definitely approved it. You're trying to keep records from me again. If I had a record of the September 11th hearing, then I could show it to you, but
always a victim.
And I can't get them. So the only record that exists is what you have. So there's no one else to say otherwise because I was prevented from recording, which was right.
Okay. Well, I know you disagree. I remember we will expect to confirm. I want to make sure you are comfortable calling at 2. You don't want to be in person. You're welcome to come back, so you let me know. You're calling at 2 o'clock, correct?
Yeah, I'm calling at 2 o'clock.
Okay, sounds great. See you later. Thank you.
What was...
So that started off weird. He's already going...
What was that panting? Holy cannoli.
My man was flicking the bean moments from around.
Honestly, if we were not looking at his lap as that was happening, I really think that whoa.
GE Swag coming in clutch. If you thought he made a lot of weird noises in court, wait till you hear him get arrested.
Wow.
Good.
Thanks for coming, Vic P. We'll see you later.
Bye. Have a good time.
See you Sunday at 4:30 Eastern.
Yeah, just to remind you guys, though, he did say something about 9/11. Just remember that I am a war dodger because I didn't sign up for the military right after 9/11 because I was 10. Just putting that out there, guys. Do I have pets? I have more pets than I can count.
He has a zoo.
Do I have any in my office?
Zoo.
Negative. Well, actually, Steve and the boys and girls. Yes, Ed made a comment. I can sex fish, but I will not be sexting fish.
That's good. Good to hear.
If you catch my drift.
I'm glad you clarified.
Ed said something, and I'm like, sexing fish? I'm calling PETA, and I'm like, no, I can sex them. I'm not sexting them. But yeah, here we go with this bullshit.
Hello? Hello, Deputy Sheriff's Office.
Hi.
Kenneth Walker?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you with the traffic going by.
I don't answer questions. What do you need?
Okay, well, I know that you're Kenneth, and I need you to step out of the vehicle. You're under arrest. You have a warrant for your arrest.
For what? I just left court.
It's an extraditable warrant out of Idaho. And I see you're recording. I'm recording too, just to let you know.
I just barely left court, and I didn't identify.
To our attention.
And you're saying I have a warrant out of Idaho?
Yes, that's what I'm being advised.
So I gotta step out and I'm under arrest? Is that what it is?
That's how warrants work.
Let's see, can I call my mom? I know you're not gonna let me use the phone at the jail.
His mom, really?
Can I call my mom? I know you're not gonna let me use the phone at the jail.
The jail will let you make phone calls.
The jail will let you use phone calls. They may have you wait under certain charges.
Yep.
But seeing as how it's a random bullshit one out of a completely different state, he's going to let you call your mommy. It's not like you were multiple time. This is when I saw it the most, where they'd be like, don't give him a phone call right away. When it was a legit drug dealer who's got a career in drug dealing, and they were worried he was going to call the stash house and say, flush it all, they're all the way. But other than that, like, congratulations, you're going to get a phone call. My dad let me drive a boat at 10. K-Far could have driven a ship. Hey, don't spread that.
Let's see. Can I speak with your supervisor?
Oh, is there a reason why?
Yeah, I want to know how you got a positive ID on me.
Window only that, like when the car's going by, I can't hear you.
How did you get a positive ID on me?
You are.
I don't know you. I didn't identify to you. Can I get your supervisor?
I can see if one's available, sure. Are you not going to comply with my lawful orders to step out of your vehicle?
You don't know my identity, do you?
I do. I know you're Kenneth Walker.
I've never met you before, so...
But I know who you are. I know you're Kenneth Walker.
Do you have a warrant with my name on it?
In my possession, no. There is a warrant for your arrest. I'm being advised.
Well, I need to see that.
Where's
and again,
where's the file?
Because
cabinet?
he's an officer with the... Well, not even that. How do you know I'm Kenneth Walker? Because your car came back to... Let's say his mother's name is Margaret. Well, it came back to Margaret Walker. And then when I said, shit, that looks like Kenneth Walker, I put in Kenneth Walker, and your ID picture came up, and it's the same person.
Your photo came up, buddy.
Yeah, it's like I tell people this all the time. Like, they know who you are. Like, oh, you must have the wrong guy. Nope, I'm afraid not. God, I hope he needs a new driver's side window in 2 minutes. That's how we're keeping safe, light, and fucking business.
Warrant before I'm going to submit to a seizure. Dude, I just left court. Why are you bothering me?
He's not complying. That mustache tells us all we need to know.
Step out for me.
Do you have a warrant to seize me?
Yes, there's a warrant for your arrest.
Well, tell me it.
Well, in this situation, I don't have to show you the warrant. It'll be provided to
station.
Well, you didn't use... Who do you want to step out?
Kenneth Walker.
That's not me.
Oh, it's not, huh? So are you going to give me false info?
No, you're giving
Do you
me
have a
false
twin
info.
brother?
I don't know you.
I know you are Kenneth Walker.
That's not me. Oh, you're not Kenneth Walker. Okay, cool. New charges. You're either giving false information, or you're intentionally disguising your ID. It's like, which one is it?
Dude, I wish this guy pulled out one of those on the side of the road fingerprint things that they have. Have you seen those?
We can solve this right now, Kenneth. Yeah. So we can solve this right now, bud.
I'm not.
Okay, who are you then? I know you're Kenneth Walker.
I'm not. Go ahead and show me a warrant, though, that has my name on it, and then I would comply.
I have to actually show you this warrant because it'll be provided to you.
Yeah, you have to have a warrant, and it has to have my name on it.
It does have your name.
What's my name? No, it isn't.
Okay, what's your name then?
No, I don't answer questions.
You want to step out of the vehicle, please, sir?
No, you don't even know my name.
It's Kenneth Walker.
It's not. Who? But that's not my name.
Okay, what's your name then?
I don't answer questions. Am I free to go? Am I free to go?
No, you're not free to go.
Why?
I told you you're under arrest.
You are arresting someone named
Kenneth Walker.
Okay, then provide your ID then.
I don't need to prove anything to you.
Lawful traffic stop. Your vehicle's not registered.
A seizure.
I know who you are.
Which you need a
I
warrant.
know your name is Kenneth Walker.
It's not. It's not, dude. I'm telling you.
All right, well then identify yourself if it's not.
Well, if your name isn't Kenneth Walker, then provide ID.
I don't need to prove anything. You need to prove you have a right to seize me.
Yes, there's a warrant for your arrest.
Apparently not.
I know who you are.
You apparently don't, because that's not my name.
What's your name then?
I don't answer questions. Am I free to go?
What an idiot.
Apparently I have no battery.
You are under.
He's getting, his name's Kennedy, not Kenneth. And it's like, bro, get out of the car.
It's like if somebody were going to come up to me and say, is your name Katie Zed? I said, no, it's not. Is your name Katie Zed? No, it's not. My name's Catherine. So, yeah. I know you're talking about me. Like, that's, you know.
Like, I know who you are. Get out of the car.
Yeah.
Arrest. I've already stated that.
You don't even know who I am.
Kenneth Walker.
No, I'm not.
What's your name then?
I don't answer questions. Am I free to go?
Huh?
I don't answer questions. Am I free to go?
No, you are not free to go.
Well, what's my... That's not my name.
All right, well, you're
dude, what is he
we
doing?
figure out who you are.
Please don't get in...
Step out of the vehicle.
Please don't interfere, dude.
Step out of the vehicle.
Please don't interfere.
Step out of the vehicle. Do not resist. Do not resist. Step out. You are under arrest.
Do you have a warrant for me?
Yes.
What's my name?
Kenneth Walker.
That's not my name.
What is it then?
I don't answer questions.
Well, if your name isn't Kenneth Walker, which I know it is,
it's not. I promise.
Provide ID because this is a lawful traffic stop.
Can I speak to a supervisor? This guy is accusing me of being someone I'm not.
So, as of right now, it's a lawful traffic stop. Failure to provide ID is also a crime in Oregon.
No, that's a seizure. That's a search or a seizure of my identity.
Lawful traffic stop. You don't have place in the vehicle.
Stop means seizure.
And he's step out. Vehicle. Step out.
Everyone here
Either way,
has, for the most part, been on my channel for 40 million years. The Supreme Court ruled like damn near 100 years ago that the states can require you to have a driver's license to drive. And last I checked, Oregon was one of those states.
And he's correct. If he was just walking down the street, he may, depending on the state, not be required to show ID. Like if he's in Texas or something like that. But if you're behind the wheel operating a motor vehicle, I'm choosing my words very carefully here. Operating a motor vehicle, you are required to identify yourself.
I'm not operating anything. I'm not in commerce.
I can't even. If you are traveling in control of a vehicle.
You mean in your private toaster with wheels?
Yes, that too.
Your
and
private property?
Your boat captain.
God. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Hold on. I'm injured. Hold on.
Vehicle.
I'm disabled. Okay? Now hold on.
We're not going to hurt you.
We know you're disabled. I was going to say we can tell by the way you're talking that you're disabled. We get it.
We can tell you're mentally disabled, bud. I've seen you sit in that recliner like a fucking recliner potato.
One of my fans said that in your to the person that we were talking to yesterday. And that cracked me up so much. We can tell by the way you're chatting that you're disabled.
Yeah, it's like, do better, bud. It's one of those things that you really don't need to tell the officers. They know.
Well, you're seizing me without a warrant, and you don't know my name. What's my name?
Kenneth Walker.
No, it isn't.
What is it then?
I don't answer
If you're saying your name isn't Kenneth Walker, which I know it is, it'd be simple to prove otherwise if you have a lawful ID saying that it isn't.
I don't need to prove anything to you. You need proof that you've got reason to bother me.
You have
my name then.
Kenneth Walker.
No, it isn't.
Step up. Come on.
Dude, it's not my name. Hold on a second.
Say my name.
That's not my name.
I was just in the courtroom with you. It is your name.
No, it isn't. Let me just see the warrant.
They will provide a copy to you at the door.
So you're seizing me without a warrant?
No, there's a warrant.
For everyone out there, in the words of Chili DeCastro, in YouTube land, if an officer is going to seize you and he says he has a warrant, go to jail.
It doesn't have to be a physical warrant. Warrant is like.
Oh no! If they said to me, Kevin, you have a warrant, you're going to jail. Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Why would I go to jail? Because I know that I don't have a warrant and I would get a paycheck at the end. Please take me to jail.
Yep.
But for some reason, sovereign citizens don't ever seem to want to do that. They want to fight it out right there on the side of the road.
Yep.
Hey.
But they do so well in court. I don't know why they don't want to go there.
Yeah, it's almost like there's just video after video after video after video after video of them losing.
Yep.
Warrant. For someone with a different name.
Kenneth Walker is not a different name than you.
That's not my name.
Step up.
Can I speak with?
Yeah, when he gets here, but it'll be in the back of my car.
I want to not be seized unless you have a warrant for me.
There is a warrant. I'm not going to keep.
Dude, you don't even know my name. How is there a warrant if you don't even? Hold on a second.
Step up.
I'm hurt.
Then step up.
I'm hurt.
Then I'll help you up. Grab my hand. Come on.
Here, just get out of the way. Jeez. Yeah, I don't have anything. Okay. All right. You gotta hold on to both.
Do you need assistance?
Just watch out.
Okay. Careful.
Can I roll up my window? Oops. Can I roll up my window? I'm not trying to cause you any trouble, dude. I'm retarded. No, you don't have access to my house or any of my car or anything. Oops, sorry.
Okay, this way. Do you have anything on a person that cannot go into jail, like weapons of any kind, narcotics, tobacco products?
I don't answer any questions.
Okay. Just to let you know, if you do have any of those items,
I don't answer questions, and you don't even have my name.
I'm not asking you something, I'm telling you. I'm informing you of something, okay? If you have something under your possession that is not allowed in the jail, such as weapons, narcotics, anything like that, tobacco products, it's considered contraband. Right here. So, you said you're injured and have disability. Can your hands go behind your back?
Why do you want to put my hands behind my back?
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You don't even have my name.
Kenneth Walker.
That's not my name. What? Dude, what is going on with you guys? Jeez.
Okay, so I don't cause you any discomfort to your injuries. I'm gonna place cuffs in front of you. Okay?
So, Ernie, do you know why I'm not going to do that? Because you guys are familiar with the video that was played on Delete Law's channel that got him banned for a few days. I'm not going to say who, but somebody screen recorded it and sent it to me. So obviously I tried to play it on my channel completely blurred out, but I kept some of the music in the background. And wouldn't you believe somebody dinged me for that?
Really?
Somebody was like, we want a part of that porn music in the background.
Wow. Bounce, chicka, bounce, wow.
But yeah, it was literally something stupid in the background of them, and they hit me for that. And I'm just like, that's what you're going to hit me for?
Yeah.
And for Kennedy Walker's sake, a pre-tow inventory of your vehicle is completely constitutional. So they're probably going to find some, I don't know,
mushrooms,
your ID. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, you're going to find an ID, a receipt, a bill, some mail, something with your name on it, and be like, oh shit, we found this during the inventory. Darn. Oh yeah, Ernie, they tried to get me good for that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why I'm gonna place these in front of you. Okay. I'm going to pat you down for weapons.
No,
it means I'm going to have to submit to this.
You don't have a warrant, so I feel like I should have the option of refusing.
There is a warrant. Number two.
Look how that's going to slide off. There is not a warrant. You don't even know my name.
Guys, have a seat. You need assistance getting in the vehicle.
I don't know. We'll see. Oh, shit.
custody. Let me know if there's a way I can assist you. Would you like us to peg on the other side and grab your belt and help slide you in?
No, that didn't work last time.
Is there any way we can help you?
Why is he grunting like that?
It's a disability, right? Like, I think he's in pain because of a disability. I'm guessing.
So I think more than likely he's got the frauditor disability,
Possibly.
where it's always my back, my shoulder, my knee the moment the cuffs come
I
out.
will say, when I was out of town, according to my Fitbit, we walked in 3 days. I walked about 21 and a half miles. And after sitting in the car,
Wait, you mean you touched grass?
right on the way home, sitting stagnant in the car for 11 hours, when I got out of the car, I made some weird noises because my legs were just one big cramp on both sides.
I can't say anything. Maybe I shouldn't be the one to judge. I got an old lady at Home Depot to feel bad for me because I bent down to get the Monster energy drink out of the bottom of the fridge, and I made the getting up, and she goes, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good, thanks, thank you,
I've just
ma'am."
been painting for 3 days.
Yeah, like I'm fine.
Yeah.
Sir, this guy doesn't know my name, and yet he's trying to seize me.
Okay.
Can I see?
Follow his instructions, okay?
Well,
we'll get it taken care of.
He's not even calling me by my name.
Well, we got to have the start.
Well, I agree. Let's not do any seizures.
Okay, Kenneth, we already know. Quit playing this game. I was just in the courtroom with you.
It's not my name.
So were you impersonating somebody in the courtroom?
We're going to answer questions.
Okay. Hop on in. Hop in.
What? That's not my name. I'm telling you that, and you're just insisting. Hop in. Let's see if I can hop.
Well, I've asked you how we can assist you. I've asked if a different vehicle would be easier for you. So
why don't you just start leaving people alone for a living?
Okay.
Yeah. Would you, I don't know, pick that up and push it down, I guess.
This leg?
Yeah, push it so I can put that aside.
Got it?
Yeah.
Watch that leg.
Mm-hmm.
172 till 97. 4772. Oh, it's okay.
Maybe his kink is cops.
So you're just going to basically insist that I've got a warrant and you're not going to show it to me or anything? Is that what it is?
Hold on, let me get it recorded again. Now, please ask the question again.
Can you show me the warrant?
They will provide you a copy with it at the jail.
Well, that's
I don't have
not
copies on.
That's not. You're going to need to get.
600 traffic.
Okay. I was just in the courtroom with you. I know who you are.
Go ahead. On the plate, Union Victor Charles 354 on a red Pontiac Grand Am. Stopped. 0 block East Lane by McDonald's.
I need a drink.
You want to know what the cool thing is about not being arrested? I can drink whenever I want. Like,
yep. Not thirsty at all.
Yeah, rumor has it, guys, he's borrowing the officer's nightstick. He's keeping it in his prison wallet. That's what all the sounds are. There you go. Keep that in your mind while you're thinking of the fat guy in his cool outfit from last night.
Disgusting.
Bang.
No, my mom will come and pick it up.
Is it injured?
Why are you guys trying to steal my shit all the time?
You trying to steal your stuff?
Whose vehicle are you even trying to tow?
If there's insurance, it's okay right here. But it's not a licensed vehicle.
If there's a warrant to seize it, then you can seize it.
I'll be clear.
Don't need one.
Don't tow my vehicle. Dude, what have I done to anyone ever? You guys are ridiculous.
What have I done to anyone? We just caught a glimpse of your criminal history. There's some.
I was going to say there's child abuse, domestic. Like
the better question is, who haven't you done something to? I'm pretty sure those 20 burglaries, those 20 people were pissed.
I get it. Okay, again.
That's easy, dude. Can we put the air on? I'm freaking sweating back here.
No, turn the heat on.
Okay, so this took place a day after his trial.
Okay, so it wasn't.
His trial was what, January 15th or 13th? So this is the 14th in Oregon. My boy. It's the middle of winter. Like you got something going on. Like in my head, he's not dressed up, parka on.
Yep.
Walking to the car. Like, come on.
Could you put the air on?
I turn on the vents.
Oh, I don't feel anything.
Fireball 0. Can you bust over the vehicle?
Huh.
Confirm you want a non-preference tow. Affirmative, this is bringing down.
You pretty proud of yourself? Attacking the disabled or what?
No.
Is that why I'm under arrest? Is because I'm disabled or?
Don't pull the disability card for me. I'm disabled. I have a prosthetic leg.
So you're just defrauding disabled.
The second person in 2 days, you're picking on me because I'm disabled.
Did you not hear what the officer responded with?
No, what did he say?
The officer says, "I'm disabled as well. I have a prosthetic leg."
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I take your disability and raise you with, I only have one leg.
Yeah, wow.
When in doubt, okay, guys, I'm going to tell you what. If you pull the I'm disabled card after losing a verbal battle or a battle of wits, you lost.
Absolutely, you lost.
I don't care if you're Kennedy Walker or one of the hyenas. You lost. Hold the L.
It's ridiculous.
God, well, that's dope that they let an officer. Oh my God, that reminds me. A guy named, it was something Patriot. He was a frauditor. He was recording a traffic stop, and then he himself didn't have his shit registered and all that nonsense. One of the officers there only had one arm, and the other arm was a prosthetic arm. And I'm just like, oh shit.
I remember watching a body cam. It was a while ago, but I want to say it was a guy on a bike, and he crashed the bike, and the officer had one leg, had like one of the, poor little tink legs, like the little boomerang legs, and chased him down. Like chased this perfectly able-bodied man down with his prosthetic leg. It was amazing.
How would you feel?
I know.
You get up and you turn around, and you're like, oh,
I mean,
I'm the worst. I'm the worst getaway person ever.
Maybe that prosthetic leg gave him an unfair advantage. We don't know.
To be fair. Okay. So I actually know a ton about this topic, but I'm not going to go into it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, especially the Blade. Look up Blade Runner, not the movie.
I know all about Oscar Pistorius. Yeah. That's another one I need to cover on my channel.
I did track, and we ran the same, obviously not together, but we ran the same event. Yeah. And I'm like, I wonder if I could beat a guy with no legs.
I don't know. It's an unfair advantage.
And that's why they kept him out of like the regular Olympics, even though he was technically fast.
He was in the regular Olympics though, and there was a big ordeal about it.
And I just want to say, like, I don't think Kennedy Walker could get away from this cop with a prosthetic leg.
Absolutely
even
not.
if it was like an old timey like wooden leg,
a peg. He's got a pirate peg leg.
Yeah, he'd still catch Kennedy Walker.
Yep.
Disability.
I'm missing him.
Oh, really? So you seem able to work to me.
Yeah, I am able to work.
So then you're not disabled.
Being fat means you're disabled. Not having a whole ass leg, nope, you're not disabled. What?
This drives me nuts. The people who have something wrong with them, who are disabled, who dwell on the disability and only think of all the things that they can't do, just mainly because I have somebody very close to me in my life who is confined to a wheelchair, not just a wheelchair, but one of those ones that you have to use the little button. He's got use of like one hand. And I'm telling you what, this dude does stuff. This dude gets out. He does stuff as much as possible. He focuses on what he can do. So I'm disabled. Why are you picking on me? I'm disabled. Go after yourself.
This is a perfect example. You got Kennedy Walker sitting on his recliner, getting slowly eaten by it. He's like, "Oh, poor me." And this other officer's like, "Well, I still think I could do the job with one leg. Let me just keep doing it with a prosthetic." But because he wants to do that, he's not disabled.
Ridiculous.
Are you pretty proud of yourself or what?
Yes, I'm proud of my job.
For what? How are you helping anyone?
I serve the community.
By running around attacking people?
I didn't attack you.
Dude, you seized me.
You have a warrant for your arrest.
No, you don't even know my name.
Yes, it is.
What is it then? What is my name?
Kenneth Walker.
No, it isn't. Stealing my car. That's scumbag bullshit. Don't you think? To just steal my property. What are you talking about? You're taking my car, aren't you? Oh, you got a different word for it, and so that means it's not stealing. It's all stealing. Can't you just call them and have the warrant sent to your computer? What do you mean, no? So it sounds like you're just trying to interfere with trial, or what's the deal there? That's not what's going on? It's not clear at all. You don't even know what my name is.
Sorry that I keep pausing it, but there's two circumstances right now with this warrant. Either the judge just signed it and it's still a paper copy, not in the system, or you look up Kennedy Walker and it literally shows a red notice, what the charge was and where it's out of.
Yep.
And if you keep saying, "Oh, show me the warrant," they're not going to pull up the warrant on the computer and be like, "Yeah, lean in here while you're making all your fucking noises."
While the officer is driving down the highway, he wants him to whip out his laptop and show him the warrant. Give me a break, buddy.
Yeah, it's like you calm down. Like you don't know what you're. This is one of the things that I hate is that they play this nonsense card.
Yep. If I were the officer, I would disengage. Stop talking. Just stop talking to him.
Oh yeah, if I was the officer, I would use my Fifth Amendment right to shut the fuck up.
Like, what was that one that body cam we watched the other day where the guy wouldn't shut up in the back seat and the officer says to the other officer, "Oh, I muted him in my mind 10 minutes ago." He needs to mute him in his mind.
Yeah, he's adding nothing of value to their go like back and forth.
Exactly.
So
were you impersonating Kenneth Walker's courtroom?
No. Why the hell would I do that? I need the paramedics to check me out and see if I'm fit to go to jail. Did you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
I need the paramedics to check me out, see if I'm fit to go into jail.
What is ailing you so I know what to tell the paramedics?
My physical condition, my handicap.
Okay, so what about that is...
Last time I was in your jail, I almost died. And so...
That was last time you were here.
Yeah, and now I'm weaker and closer to death's doorway now than ever, so...
All of us are closer to death now than we were yesterday.
Can you just get the paramedics there?
All of us.
I was just about to say that.
Well, you haven't paused. Well, you haven't paused. When you do intakes, isn't there a nurse or something that checks them out? Isn't there somebody in the jail that checks? Or is that just prison?
I worked at a police department that had a jail.
Okay.
Some places, like I know, because JJ was here earlier, I know his jail has nurses.
Okay.
Where
I thought so.
Basically where they're taking this guy, they're gonna book him, hold him in there. Like, I don't want to say where I worked was like a bigger facility. We had 10 cells in the back and 3 in the front. It was like the drunk tank, the female drunk tank, and a juvenile cell that we used as a bad person cell. But unless they got fucked up fighting us or ate drugs or something wild, we would call the paramedics. Otherwise, it was just, here's a blanket, here's a sandwich, hang out till the morning.
There you go.
My handicap. No, my physical handicap. I don't want you seizing my car. I consider that theft.
It's not being seized, it's being intended.
That's a seizure.
No, we're not keeping it. It's being towed.
Look, whatever you do with it, if you take it, that's a seizure. This is English, bud.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Obviously. You're just going to spit synonyms at me and tell what you're doing is okay, huh? I'm telling you, you don't even know who you're talking to. No! To me, like you just pulled over an unknown car with an unknown person in it, and then you started accusing them of having a warrant. What's your evidence of this warrant that you have of me? For me? Seriously? What? You don't even know my name, so how? What? Yeah, you keep saying that name. That's not my name.
I was up in the courtroom with you, Kenneth.
Yeah, you keep saying that too, and that doesn't change the fact that that's not my name. You turn the AC on? I'm sweating back here.
It's on as high as it'll go. It's on number 7 and 7's high.
Oh, let me guess. That's my fault too.
That makes no sense at all.
You make no sense. You don't even know who the hell I am. Okay, who am I? Okay, wrong. So then, how do you think that you have proof if you don't even know who I am? And don't tell me you were in the courtroom. I don't know why you think that means that I'm someone I'm not. It doesn't mean that. Being in the courtroom with you doesn't... No. Why do you want to arrest people that go to court anyway? Isn't that kind of pointless?
Here's your phone, I got it up here.
let me out? It's hot in here.
He's still grunting.
Hey, I'm sweating in here. Hey, could you let me out? It's hot in here. And it's going to be freezing in there. These people are something else.
She has a camera around the wrist. I cuffed in front. Is there any way I can assist you getting out of the vehicle?
No, just hold on.
Okay.
Hey, this guy seized me without knowing my identity, and I don't think that he's got the right person.
We'll work that out with fingerprints, okay?
All right, you just show me the warrant, and I'll just tell you if it's
They're
me
going
or
to
not.
get you a copy of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it.
So creepy.
Yeah. You got it?
There, close the door. I need a wheelchair.
Okay. Get you that after we get in here. If we need to wheel you somewhere.
Honestly, it would help if I could get one right now.
Well, we'll get you in here because you're going to be on your feet while I pat you down. So take your time if you need to.
Yeah, right, here you go, wheelchair. I've already been working my ass off, so I'm not doing great. Can we fit it right here?
No, you have to be inside our secure facility. We're doing the pat. Take your time.
Turn my hands up.
Take your time.
Also, I need a medical just to make sure I'm good to that I'm fit.
Okay, we're going to come just right to here. Okay, go ahead and pick it back, and you can put your back up against the wall. Do you have any tobacco items on your person?
That answers the question.
So, let me just tell you that if I find anything on your person that can't come out of jail, tobacco, knives, guns, needles, drugs of any kind.
This is how you get strip searched. When they ask you, hey, do you have this, 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 or this? I don't answer questions.
The grunting makes me very uncomfortable.
It should.
So
imagine if the guy last night was grunting like this.
It is so creepy the way the noises coming out of this man's body. It's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, somebody said earlier. Let me see here. Oh, Super J Live. He is touching himself. I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, I wouldn't doubt it if he was flicking the bean in the back seat.
Marijuana, lighters, vapes will be introduction of contraband, C felony. Is there anything on your person that you would like to declare now to where the deputy that brought you in can dispose of it?
Oh, I don't know. I know.
Okay. So I'm going to take that as a no, so hopefully we don't find nothing, okay?
Hold on.
Hold on what?
I can't hurt my hands.
Oh, okay. Bring your hands away from your body so I can get to the keyhole on the handcuffs, okay?
So I can get under the
your hand out,
flaps.
place it on top of your head.
2. Explanation in general, that is what I'm doing now. 3. Opening statements. This is when the attorney summarizing what they expect the evidence to be. This is when the party summarizes
Back
what they
in
expect
court.
the evidence to be. 4. Presentation of the evidence. This is when the witnesses and exhibits are presented. 5. Jury instructions. This is when the judge explains the law that applies to this particular case. This includes explaining what the state must prove beyond a reasonable doubt for a guilty verdict. You'll receive a printed copy of the instructions. 6. Closing arguments. This is when the attorneys have an opportunity to persuade you how to decide the case. 7. Deliberations. This is when you go back to your jury room and decide whether the defendant is not guilty or guilty. 8. Return a verdict. This is when you tell us your verdict. You have two major roles in this process. First, determine based on the evidence what really happened. We call this deciding facts. The second major role consists of deciding if, in the light of the laws I explained to you, what you decide the facts are.
We've got 13 minutes.
Okay, I can do 13 minutes.
I'm actually
it's way past my
I'm gonna turn it
bedtime,
up.
by the way.
Oh, Ed was over here like, what's the longest stream you guys have done together? This is it.
No,
there's
well,
a reason I
no,
don't
we
do these
did-
streams anymore.
That's not true because we did that one Friday night stream where we went till like 1 a.m. It
I
was
was
like 4.5.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
It's like 4.5 hours long.
I think it's wild that this is obviously a different court date because the jury's not in those
Seated.
seats that they were in.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't you put the court date with the other court date? I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just watching.
Defense guilty of crime. In performing your role, you must of course be very impartial. You must follow along whether you agree with it or not. You must not allow yourself to be influenced at all by others or prejudice against anyone involved in the case. I'll explain in a moment what is and what is not evidence. It is extremely important that you consider only evidence in deciding facts. As a judge, I'm a gatekeeper regarding evidence. I determine what the law allows to be evidence. In effect, the law considers anything that is not evidence to be reliable. That is why you may not consider non-evidence in deciding facts. However, the law does not conclude that anything that is evidence is necessarily reliable. Determining the reliability or believability of evidence is ultimately your responsibility. You must decide what evidence is believable and how believable and persuasive a particular piece of evidence is. So you are not allowed to consider anything that is not evidence in deciding facts. You are free to decide how believable or important or unimportant any particular piece of evidence is in deciding facts. Evidence consists of testimony of witnesses and exhibits that are admitted into evidence. Testimony is what a witness who is sworn or referred to answer questions proves what he says while the examiner is a witness. Exhibits are physical objects such as photographs, charts, and letters. You'll be able to examine the exhibits during deliberations. You may draw reasonable inferences from the evidence, but do not guess or speculate. In understanding what is evidence, it's helpful to have some examples of what is not evidence. The fact that a criminal charge has been filed against the defendant is not evidence. Any defense against any crime unless and until the state proves his or her guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Questions from lawyers and other non-witnesses for that matter are not evidence. So whenever I sustain an objection to a question, do not speculate about why the question was asked or what the answer would have been. This is a subtle but important point. In our everyday lives, a friend asks us if we've seen our mutual friend. We infer from the question that we however, not the same with trial. The person asking the question is not a witness, is not subject to safeguards the law requires before you may consider the person's words as evidence. So in court, we are not allowed to consider questions asked by attorneys or non-witnesses and determine what the facts are. Those questions are not evidence. Of course, when a witness answers a question, you may consider the answer in the context of the question. For example, if a lawyer asks, was the traffic light red or green, and the witness answers green, you may take the answer stating the traffic light was green. However, the witness answers there was no traffic light, you may not take the question as evidence that there was a traffic light. From time to time, a lawyer may object to something that's offered evidence. I'll decide whether the objected to material be admitted evidence. If I overrule the objection to the material, for example, exhibit or witness answer the question becomes evidence. If I sustain the objection, the exhibit is not admitted as not evidence, or the witness is not allowed to answer the question. If the witness tries to answer a question before I sustain the objection to the question, you must disregard the witness's response because the response is not evidence. Occasionally, I may decide something that has been admitted that should not happen. If that happens, I'll instruct you to disregard the exhibit or testimony that should not have been admitted. This means that the material is no longer evidence. You must not consider it anyway. You must treat it as if the question had not been answered, the exhibit had not been received in the first place. You must not interpret a statement or ruling remark I made during this trial with any indication that form any opinion about the facts or often in this case. You and you alone can decide the facts. You must decide how believable the evidence is and what weight or value you give that evidence. During your trial, you'll be allowed to ask questions of witnesses. What witness shall submit them in writing. Teacher for submitting questions is as follows. Please wait until the end of the witness's testimony because the question may be answered by the time the lawyer goes through. You may write your question down, fold it, hold it to get my attention, or you may raise your hand and we'll wait for you to write out your question and I'll write down so. The court will get your question from you. Your questions are subject to the rules of evidence, just as the lawyer's questions are.
Okay, we're pausing it. Let me try to skip ahead of jury instructions. Ain't nobody got time for that. Did you say you were just talking because you were muted?
I was. I'm going to give the dog a milk bone. She needs one.
Fumble
Xena.
in the bag.
There you go. Sorry, guys. She thought she was going to get a pleasant night's sleep. Till I messed it up.
Nope.
All right, she got it. All right, let's do it.
Nope, she lives for this.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, not yet.
Public going, customers showing up, people setting booths. The defendant goes her and asks her if she's the place, asks her if he sells his magic mushroom. And back and forth exchange too, and she clarifies magic mushrooms and it comes out that it's psilocybin. And she lets him know that no, you can't do that here. She'll also tells him that you're free to go anywhere else you want and try to sell them, but not here. The market, you need to fill out a form, pay a fee, and to get a booth like everybody else. So it's a brief exchange, and he does walk away. She'll testify that she does see him approaching people, trying to peddle his medical insurance to them. Law enforcement are alerted. You'll hear from Sergeant John Espelin, who's since retired, but at the time he was sergeant in the Ontario Police Department. He'll tell you about his exchange with him. First, he'll tell you about what the evidence he sees. He sees the defendant sitting near White Dodge.
Dear Lord, this is the most specific super chat I've ever seen. Bad Company super chatted $2.79. I'm assuming Canadian.
I think that is
here, dog.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
$2.79.
Kfar appreciates it. Zena very much appreciates. Look at the side eye she's giving us right now. Hey, Zena, you want this milk bone? There was a bombastic side eye from Zena.
All right, guys, 6 more minutes.
We can do it.
Sales summit has written marker magic mushrooms. He'll testify that in the car he can see a bag.
Change the dog.
From Walmart or others or something like that. And his side bag is Ziploc bags of mushrooms. And you'll see a picture of that. He'll talk about his exchange he had with the defendant.
All right, looks like we're having a pause. There we go. Didn't drag it over far enough. It kept telling me no. I'm like, okay.
Oh, we have to look at Zena.
Today, instead of the hour or so that they were there, I'll show you about 5 minutes, which goes over some of the pertinent parts of the interactions. The defendant doesn't make comments that you're interfering with my business, things along those lines, which show an intent, and other things as well. I don't believe I would call Rick Ray today. I think that would be the presentation. And you'll see a photograph, a few videos from those 2 people. Thank you. So,
This case is about justice, constitutional protections, and the abuse of power by a system that no longer respects its own laws. The government has the burden of proof, and they cannot meet that. Corpus delicti is what a crime is. And what it means is the body of the crime. So if we see a body that's been killed, we can maybe assume there might have been a murder. Well, the same can't be said for property crimes at all, because there is no injured party. No one can demonstrate harm. We can't even be sure that we're talking about a violation of anyone, because there's no one willing to stand up. I'm the victim.
Are you
The Supremacy
kidding
Clause,
me
Article
right
6,
now?
ensures that federal protections and rights guaranteed by the Constitution override any.
No, this is their argument. When I was talking about the no victim, no crime nonsense, they think as long as there's no victim, there can't be a
Talking
crime.
about property
So-
damage. Somebody owns that property, whether it's the state, which means everybody owns it, or it's my personal property. There is a victim. There is a monetary loss to whatever the heck you damaged. Sorry, I don't mean to yell. I know I'm
No,
I'm
it's
preaching to the
fine.
choir right now. I get it, but it's just it's so troublesome.
Yeah, Jim, it was pro se. Yeah, that's the thing that I kind of get when Mears speaks about his many, because of course GE Swag, I believe, posted it.
You mean you posted it yourself?
Yeah, even though my hands were up and GE Swag still typed, I'm really that good apparently. We all know about Mears' 2 convictions for drunk driving, but apparently he admitted he drives drunk all the time. But there's only 2 convictions, and it's like, okay,
and
cool.
it's not even that he admitted it. He was like bragging about it. It seemed like he was like proud of
It's
himself.
the same thing with
what?
Sovereign citizens make that argument too. It's like, well, I drove drunk and didn't hurt anybody, therefore it should be legal. And it's like,
no.
Good luck making that argument outside of your
Good
echo
luck
chamber.
making that argument to anybody who's ever lost anybody or been injured by a drunk driver. I've been hit by a drunk driver. One of my very close friends almost died. The driver did die because the kid was driving drunk. He killed himself.
Yeah, Granite Beast has the same argument. Well, I don't have a victim, so there can't be a crime. Even dipshit Daryl Brooks tried to use that in court after he killed everyone. He said, "Well, they can't stand up and say that they're the victim.
I can't face my accusers because you killed them."
That's why the state. That's why it was the state versus Daryl Brooks, because the state was bringing the charges on their behalf, and he had a problem with that. It's just like,
I think I'm a little bit hangry because I'm like yelling into the mic now. This is just so it makes me so angry.
Their arguments have no merit and are based in Fantasyland.
Say law or policy that conflicts with them. So this has something to do with, every part of this case. The prosecution claims that they've got evidence. Well, I don't have a search warrant for any of these searches that the prosecutor is talking about. We follow where the judge is required to make a judgment call about whether there's going to be a search. That didn't happen. Any evidence, video or anything else, it's not admissible. It was not seized with a warrant. That warrant needs to come with a sworn statement, and it must include damages so that we can be sure that it's not someone's political or someone's religion.
I also believe they said it was like in a grocery bag in his car, and the officer saw it, you would be able to claim. Why am I drawing a blank on what it's called?
Plain view.
Plain view.
He is also making an argument that should be made to the judge outside of the presence of the jury to whether evidence should be admitted or not to the jury. Guess what? If I'm on a jury, I want to see all of the evidence, whether it gets admitted or not. So making this argument is not doing him any favors at all.
No, and they have all this evidence and they have all these stories, but they didn't have a warrant, even though they obtained it legally without a warrant.
Yeah.
Therefore, because
he's basically saying, I'm guilty, but you guys should nullify the jury because it shouldn't have been. Like, juries aren't going to do that, especially when they don't like you, and nobody likes you, dude.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. It boils down to my feelings. I said it earlier where, okay, you have no educational or professional experience in this field, yet you're going to be the one who determines what's constitutional or unconstitutional. Same thing. Without anything, you are going to decide what needs a warrant.
Rodent of Anger's chat just made me laugh. Fantasyland is fun. All right, let's get through this. I got to go to sleep.
I can't do it. All right, 2 more minutes.
Religious belief, but that it is actually a crime. It needs to be stopped. Police are protecting the people. What are they protecting them from if there's no victim?
You.
Historically, prohibition's been tried before. It was illegal then. It was overturned then. And it failed because it violated property rights protected by the Fourth Amendment. Persons, houses, papers, effects. The same principle applies here. In America, we have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, you might not notice, but I've got a pretty severe neurological disease. Who is someone else to tell me what my beliefs are on treatment of it when the doctors can't solve it? Why wouldn't I be free to do whatever I want as long as I'm not creating a victim? Now, that might all be extraneous and it might be too much to worry about because the facts of this case are it's a property crime. They don't have any property. Someone wants to claim that I had an illegal substance. Why didn't he seize it?
And that's where he stops the video. And treason by Kennedy Walker, revealing the true authority a U.S. citizen has when dealing with a servant and using citizen's arrest. Caution, not legal advice.
Yeah. Indictment of those that participated in the drug war and other wars against us. The gems I have discovered over a lifetime of dealing with the criminal just us system. He's correct. He has been dealing with it for a lifetime. system can give you defenses you never even considered. Wow.
Considering the fact that he keeps getting convicted, I'm going to not believe him. Let's see if he plays a stupid outro or if he actually gives us something worthwhile. Nope. He's got 10 more seconds. There's a stupid outro. Okay, we don't have to watch that, folks. All right. That is the
that's it.
That's the game.
We did it.
3 hours and 5 minutes. He stops recording because the verdict didn't go his way. That's what I would assume.
Second longest stream we've done together. And spur of the moment. Was not planning on doing this when I woke up this morning.
I wasn't planning on doing this till tomorrow, but then I'm like, oh, I have another one to stream tomorrow. Oh, damn. I'm tired.
Well, I appreciate all of you. Please subscribe to my channel if you're on K-Far's channel. If you're on my channel, subscribe to K-Far's channel. We're really easy to find. He's the only KAFARR that pops up with subscribers, and I'm the only KTZED that pops up with subscribers. And hit the like button. You're still here watching. Hit the like button. What are you doing?
Hit the like button. Yeah, if you guys are interested in my third channel, there's tons of content over there. It's sci-fi related. It's in the pinned comment. Go subscribe there too. Watch all the videos. It'll help me out. I will see you guys tomorrow. I was going to make a video tonight, but I'm not going to do that now.
If you are in my chat, you will be redirected to Generally Specifics chat. Tell him that we said hi, and I'll catch you guys Sunday at 4:30 Eastern. I'm done. Goodbye.
All right, guys. Bye. I'm gonna play the old outro for the booze and body cams, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Everybody have a good time. Bye.